Garcia Aquatics here. Welcome back to another Garcia Aquatics. How's everybody doing? It's just wonderful to see people showing up little by little. So first things first, let's say hello. As a matter of fact, before we start saying hello and all that good stuff, let me tell you like this. Let's not forget hitting the like button, hitting that share button, and that notification bell to notify you when another video comes out or when Garcia Aquatics goes live. And guys, the announcement. Nah, wait. You guys are pushing me. I know you guys want to know the announcement, but hold on one second. First, I love this subscriber. I love the support that he gives everybody. He's in everybody's chat, and he's always being the first one that I've noticed. Let's say hello to Lando. And then let's say hello to MB Reef. And let's say hello to also the Better Aquatics. And also Texas 10A. Cleveland. I don't know where's Cleveland at, but thank you for showing up and first time meeting you here. How you doing? Welcome. Hey guys. Oh, we got the gentleman right here. Let me see. Hey, Cleveland. I think this is what you're looking for. That's what you just got to click on. And guys, yes, I just want to tell everybody thank you for all the support and everything you guys are doing for me. I'm returning every best I can to every single one of you because without you guys, I wouldn't even be here. You guys are showing a lot of support and a lot of love. And I really, really appreciate that everything you guys are doing. And you guys are really awesome. And before I do anything else, let me just say hello to Vibes real quick. Vibes, thank you. And last night's stream was awesome. And guys, everybody, I know everybody been seeing this gentleman's video and all the stuff that he been doing. He's one of my other great friends and one of my favorites because all the stuff that he does a lot of DIY. He got salt water, he got fresh water, and all those beautiful tanks and all those monster fish. And probably, I could be wrong, he might have some small fish. But there's one thing that he has that I like, that I wish I had the space to get it, is that I don't know how many gallons it is, but it's that big pond that he has in there. And guys, enough of me talking. Let's bring the gentleman up because I don't want him to get all left out. Let's bring him up. It's no other than Cleveland from the Fish Corner.
Well, thank you for that introduction. What's going on, everybody? I really appreciate that intro.
Hey, I always.
How you doing, brother?
I got so much energy, and I think it's too much of this.
I got some coffee right here. And I got my soda right here, man, just like you.
That's it. We need the energy.
Yes,
For
sir. That's right.
the stuff that we do, we need the energy because if we don't have the
Right.
energy, we ain't able to do anything.
Yeah. We
And
need the
it's
energy to
gonna be
make sure these
something. It's
tanks
gonna be
look
this.
good.
It's gonna be this. Where's the food? Where's the food? And they
Right,
find and they look
exactly.
at the love sleeping on the couch.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, that tank behind you look real good too.
Yeah, but I just got I have a little problem that I know what it is. It's this driftwood here and the driftwood that's right behind here with the skulls.
Yeah.
Um, with the driftwood, it starts blooming
Uh-huh.
and it starts fuzzing all over the place.
Yep, yep.
And it's getting to me to go with the plastic stuff, but I don't like too much plastic
Yeah.
because, to be honest, when I was younger, I loved all plastic.
Right.
But then after I got into more deep into the fish hobby, it's more having everything more natural. It makes it more
Exactly.
more popping.
Exactly.
So the only thing I'm gonna have to do is take the woods out, hose it down real good, and put
Mm-hmm.
it back
Right.
in. And
You
it's
can
not
do
gonna be a
that.
problem.
Make sure,
Uh,
make
go-
sure you throw some hot water in that trash can too. Let it soak for a couple of days. See if it fuzz up on you again. New
I didn't know
driftwood
about that.
syndrome. New driftwood syndrome. I already know all about that.
I thought it was just basically just hose it down, let it dry up, and then put it back in. But I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yep. I should have watched. I know you did one of those videos, and I did not watch one of those videos. For that, I'm gonna have to go back
It's
to
all
what you.
good. It's all good. It's all good. Hey, when we've been in the hobby this long, you almost encounter just about everything. And the driftwood is one of those love and hate relationships. It looks beautiful, but when you get a nice big piece of driftwood, it makes your tank turn brown from the tannins. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So, it's definitely a love hate. So, but
and
yeah,
everybody else in the chat, uh,
I can't see
please,
any of the chat.
huh?
I can't see any. I can't see any. Well, hold on. There we go. See the comments. There
Okay,
we go. Now I can see it.
okay,
Uh huh.
everybody in the chat, please, just don't get mad. Well, he probably hit a button he shouldn't have. But everybody in the chat, please do not get mad at me. Don't think I'm ignoring you. I'm just trying to more concentrate on the gentleman that I have here, and I want to get everything, all the information that I can for you guys, because I know you guys want to get to know this gentleman, so we're gonna get to know him. So, and the easiest way I'm gonna do it by telling everybody right now, when
I
nobody
don't.
won't get mad, when nobody won't get mad, this is what I'm gonna say. I'm giving a big blanket hello to everyone that's coming in the chat and whoever's still in the chat. I want to say a big welcome and thank you for all the support that you guys are doing, keeping this channel alive and watching my videos. And guys, I believe I haven't seen one of my moderators yet, but if there's any moderators, please put the Fish Corners link in the chat for everybody to check him out and drop all those links and
Appreciate
let's
you.
keep it going. And
Big thank you. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that.
hey, when watching your videos and watching all the other YouTubers, the big guys, watching their videos, learning stuff, even though you guys already know almost everything, but you guys are still learning as the process goes on.
That's the best part
Nobody's
of
that
this hobby.
nobody's not that expert yet. Everybody's still
Hopefully, we never become experts. Hopefully, we never become experts. That's the best part about this hobby. There's always something to learn. You can learn from somebody older. You can learn from somebody younger. It don't even matter. Always learning something new. That's why I love this hobby so much.
And since I know probably everybody's coming in slowly and stuff like that, I just want to say this. And everybody wants to know. Go ahead and tell us all about yourself. How did you got yourself involved into the fish hobby?
Okay, so basically, I started off in the hobby when I was 10 years old. My grandmother was in the aquariums. She got my mom into aquariums. My grandma, she had a small tank, like a 40-gallon. But back in the day, as you know, 40-gallon was a big tank back in the day.
Oh
So
yeah.
she had a 40-gallon aquarium, kept like guppies in there, corridoras, platies, mollies, things of that sort. So my mom got into the aquariums. She bought me an aquarium. I was hands off. My mom wouldn't let me touch her aquarium. I couldn't do anything but look and admire it. So she got me a 10-gallon. So she bought me a 10-gallon tank. We start going to the pet store, start buying fish. I'm buying like we're getting like the painted glass fish. We're getting the mollies. We're getting the tetras, neon tetras, all small fish. And so since my mom wasn't like letting me touch her tank, she didn't.
Don't worry.
Y'all still hear me? Okay, there we go.
I'm still here. I
Yeah,
just put you
so
in the
so my
show.
mom wasn't allowing me to touch her tank, and she didn't touch my tank. So she basically just allowed me to make mistakes on my own. You know what I mean? So at 10 years old, I was curing ick. Um, Fish die. I had to figure out what happened. You know what I mean? And we replaced it. I mean, luckily my mom would buy me some more fish. But I'm just saying, at 10 years old, I was doing all of this on my own, curing ick and things like that. So fast forward a little bit, I stopped being in the hobby. I got more into reptiles. So that lasted for about uh, all the way until 2011. 2011 is when I finally decided to get another aquarium. What made me getting an aquarium in 2011, I went to the pet store and they had a Dovi. I had no idea what a Paracomus Dovi was, but I seen it. It was about 16 to 18 inches, had teeth the size of puppy teeth, had red tips on the teeth and everything. I was really just enthralled with this fish. I was like, man, fascinated. Like, man, what is this? So he told me it was a Paracomus Dovi. I said, I gotta have that fish. And so he said, I gotta put some money down on it. I put $50 down on it. And I said, I'm about to get an aquarium and then I'll come back. I'll come back to get this fish. So fast forward a little bit, I get the aquarium. He said I got to cycle the aquarium for 30 days. So I'm doing my research for 30 days, learning everything I possibly can about the Paracomus Dovi. Come to find out, I only bought a 75-gallon tank setup, the whole thing from PetSmart, tank stand, the whole nine. I'm like, I can't keep this fish. I can't keep a 16-inch Dovi in a 75-gallon. So I said, I can't take that fish. What else you got? He had a 6-inch Paracomus Dovi. Again, I'm thinking that's good. I also had bought me an albino Oscar. So I bought the albino Oscar, bought the Paracomus Dovi, and then I went back later, and then I picked up a Buddy Carfry and a Red Devil. So I bought all of these fish, had them in a tank. They were doing fine. And then I went and got a 115 gallon. I separated the albino Oscar from all the other aggressive fish and put them into that tank. Meanwhile, I'm doing tons of research. I'm trying to figure out everything I can about this Paracomus Dovi, the tank mates that I could possibly put with them. I'm learning about the umbies. I'm learning about the red devils. I'm learning about the jaguar cichlids. I'm learning about everything that's close as it has as close of an aggressive personality as the Dovi. And that's basically it. I've been in the hobby constantly since then, and I've just from that moment on, I've been having my Dovi cichlids in a tank with many of other fish in community settings. Despite the fact that over this course of these years, many have told me that I cannot put a Dovi in a community setting, but you know, 12 years later, it's still working out. Still got my Dovi right there in the 800-gallon pond with the Buddy Carfry, with the Red Devils, with a lot of other fish that they say that they can't, coexist with. So one thing I've learned in this hobby is that you need to do a lot of research, but you also got to try things out for yourself. You can't be afraid to try something on your own. You don't have to live within somebody else's fear. You know what I mean? So that's one of the best things I love about this hobby. I say it all the time. This hobby is like it's like living art. Your aquarium is like an empty canvas. You know, the paint is the substrate, it's the rock work, it's the fish, you know, and you create your own picture in what's in your imagination, you know, and then it comes to life, and then you get to watch it just grow and change and things like that. You know, I heard you say that, you know, you were into a lot of the fake decor and things like that as a kid. I mean, we all start out that way, but you know, these fish tanks are like an ecosystem. You know, you think about how these things last in the wild. You know what I mean? They have a lot of things that get thrown into the water that they have to deal with, like bottles and tires and things like that. But you know, there's a lot of driftwood, it's a lot of plants. And you know, yeah, you got the water that's constantly going through and getting out all of the nitrates and bringing in fresh water and things like that. But at the same time, you know, when you have the plants remove the nitrates from the water. When you have the driftwood and you have the substrate and all that, you allowing your beneficial bacteria to colonize and thrive in all of these different areas, and you can create an ecosystem. You know, you allow the ecosystem in your aquariums to work with you. You know what I mean? So I'm a big fan of that. You know, all of my aquariums, I try to get plants in them when I can. I always want to have like the real rock. I want to have like the driftwood. Just keep it as natural as possible. Try to emulate what they have in the wild as best as I can.
Nice. Well said. Well said. So it's an 800 gallon pond that you have there?
Yes, sir. So it's just a pool pond, um, just like anybody else get. And I just decided to make it a little bit more natural. I put in the bottom of it, I have some really thick mats to prevent any kind of puncture from rocks. And then I pour sand on top. I pour gravel on top. I got the rock scape in there. I got plants growing everywhere that literally pulls out so much nitrates from this pond. In 2 years, I've only had to change water twice. Two
Wow.
times in 2 years. And the reason why I did it the second time was because I changed out my big elephant ear plant from the pot that it was in into a bigger pot. But it runs itself, man. Like you would think, you know, a big pond like that, it'd be a lot of maintenance. That is the easiest thing that I've ever done. And that's only because of those plants. You know, I do have a lot of water evaporation because it's in the garage. So I'm constantly have to top off the water. So that's the fresh water that goes in, you know. But if I didn't have the evaporation, I'm pretty sure I'd have to pull out some of that nasty water. But for the most part, these plants just keep everything running tip top. Numbers are on point, fish always healthy, water always crystal clear. I don't even have algae growth in the pond. And again, that's all attributed to the plants. The plants are is really the ticket.
And you see this is one of my favorites. She's a beautiful young lady, Dee Dee. She's been watching the Fish Corner over 2 years ago.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the
And
support.
everybody's very happy to see that you're here. And guys, moderators, please.
This is the first time. You got this exclusive. This is the first time I've ever done an interview. I've had some requests over the years, and you know, regretfully, I honestly I turned them down, but I put them off. You know what I mean? I had to get comfortable in front of the camera. You know what I mean? So, you know, you
We
definitely got the
all
first
we all
interview.
had to get comfortable with that damn camera because we were growing up in this. Oh, there's a camera. Oh, this is
Yeah,
camera.
yeah,
And now we're like,
yeah.
I don't want to be on camera.
That's right. That's right.
But
Yeah.
and there's one person here. He's asking, "What's your favorite fish?"
Dovi. Parachroma's Dovi. It's my favorite. It's what got me back into it. It's what lit the fire. You know what I mean? I would have probably stayed out the hobby had I not have gone into that pet store that day and seen that 16-inch Dovi. So I will always. That's part of my logo. You know, the Dovi, the Parachroma's Dovi. I would never not have a Dovi.
And he has another question to ask you. I don't know how you feel about this one.
Favorite fish to eat, and would you keep it in an aquarium? Favorite fish to eat, red snapper. And would I keep a red snapper in an aquarium? I have the emperor snapper. I think that's pretty much the same as a red snapper. So I don't think I could have. I can't house another red snapper because they get so large. You know, the red snappers potentially could get anywhere between 27 to 4 foot if you give them enough space. So I don't think I'll ever have something where I could keep it properly. You know, that's something else that you learn along the way. You know, you get fish because you're like, oh, that's beautiful. You catch it in the fish store. Sometimes you do your homework after the fact because you don't want somebody else to come buy it. But after doing my research, I realized that, you know, the red snapper, although it tastes good, it probably is better left off in the ocean.
And so you started mostly with fresh water. What got you to get into the salt water?
Okay, that's a really good question. So I was a facility manager at a semiconductor facility for 7.5 years in Milpitas out here. And they had a 150-gallon saltwater aquarium. I didn't really know nothing about saltwater at all except for the fish looked good. So walking past this aquarium every day, multiple times a day, you know, you can't help but to stop and appreciate the fish. So the more times I stopped and looked at the aquarium, I started looking under the aquarium. I started asking questions. You know, what's that? Refugium. What does it do? Funny, they didn't really know how to answer these questions. You know, it was basically a whole team of them that was all taking care of the aquarium, but it was one guy that headed it and gave everybody a task to do. So it took a long time for me to get enough confidence to finally get into it. I knew I wanted one. I just didn't know anything other than the fact that the fish are beautiful. It needed something on the bottom that looks like another tank to filter it, and I didn't really understand how it worked. Once I understood the mechanics of it, I started getting more confident. You know what I mean? So it took me probably about 3.5 years before I got enough confidence to finally grab my first saltwater aquarium, which was a 20-gallon. And I did a ton of research. I spent probably about $1,100, $1,300 buying everything that they said I needed. It was a 20-gallon. But they saying I need all these different parts, all this different equipment, the lights, the refugium, everything that I need. So I bought all this stuff. And then after having this tank for a couple years, I'm like, I don't really need all that. Like, you could run this, unless you want to have corals, you could run this without having all of these expensive gadgets. So a lot of my saltwater aquariums are almost ran like freshwater aquariums. I have saltwater aquariums that's ran off a sponge filter. Believe it or not, full salt, ran off a sponge filter. I have saltwater aquariums that's ran off a hang on a back filter. I've ran corals, tons of corals, all the exotic fish, 2 hang on the back filters. I had that up and running for about 1.5 years, no problems. So a lot of people like to make it seem more
You
than
need
what it
all,
is and
you need,
intimidating, huh?
and they always saying that you need all the gadgets, you need all this, and
Yeah, yeah.
you really don't.
No, you can. It's kind of like, you know, if you get an old school car, you could just have it running how it, you know, running just basic, or you could really put the bells and whistles on it to make it look different. You know, the thing is that I'm not saying that having all those gadgets don't have a purpose. They do, especially if you're going to run corals. But if you're talking about just a fowler aquarium, which is fish only with live rock, you could really get away with not spending all that money on some of those things that you don't need, all the extra equipment. You won't need a $500 light for your aquarium. For my 225, if I want to light that up with the lights that you're supposed to have, I got to spend $1,500 just on lights, and that's cheap. And that's cheap. You know what I'm saying? So if you're listening to everybody like, oh, I gotta buy Kessel lights, I gotta buy Radion lights, you really don't. You really don't, unless you know what you're gonna do. Oh, I need auto dosing. You might not need auto dosing if you don't have corals. You know what I mean? So it's just about doing your homework. And I started making my videos on the saltwater aquariums, not to try to belittle the saltwater hobby. It was just trying to show another side of it so more people could actually get started in it. Because since I started, so many people have told me, then I started saltwater because of you. As soon as I seen that you were able to run it like this, I started doing it. That's all I want. I just want people to finally get into the hobby, into the saltwater hobby. Do your education. Keep doing your education. But understand, you don't need $1,000 just to get started. You don't need to buy a Red Sea aquarium that costs $5 grand, $6 grand just to get started. You could grab you a nice 20-gallon from the store, 170 bucks. Throw a nice filter on it. Get the live rock, get the live sand, buy your water. You could throw some fish in there within the next couple of days. Guaranteed. That's how I started. Well, that's not how I started, but that's how I do it now. So, like, I have a video that says the introduction to the saltwater hobby. That's exactly how I did it for him. Started off with a 20-gallon, grabbed me some live sand, live rock, bought my water. Once the tank clears up in 2 days, you can add your fish in 100%. I stand on that.
And there's a gentleman in the chat. He's been running his tank, I believe right now it's like almost 3 or 4 years, something like that.
Okay.
And, and he used the tap water for his saltwater tank.
Oh no. No, no, no. No, no, no. No, no, no.
And it's been and
Please
his
don't.
he
Please
said
do
that
not
it's
put.
been working. He said it's been working perfect for him.
That's a
And he
prime
said,
example. That's kind of like the prime example of what I mean when I say, you got to try things out for yourself, and sometimes you just never know what will work. But I would never, I would never use tap water for salt water ever. There's too many different elements in that tap water that could potentially harm your fish. You know what I mean? I just wouldn't do that. It would have to be RODI. It's depending on the size of aquarium. It's really cheap to go and buy some RODI water. You could buy your distilled water if you don't have RODI, but I would never use tap. That's just me though. But how about you though? But how about you? How'd you get into the fish hobby?
me?
Yeah.
Well, when I was in junior high school,
Okay.
I was just since at that time that was when it was Petland. And Petland was right across, it was like 1 block away from the school. And every time I was just waiting for that 3 o'clock. As soon as 3 o'clock came, straight to the pet shop.
That's
And
right.
I had no fish tank at home. I was just looking at all the fishes.
Yeah.
And then you see those prices: buy 3, get 1 free, buy
Right.
1, get this free. I'm like this. I gotta get myself a fish tank.
That's right.
So I made sure my report card was always the A's.
Yeah.
I had all A's. I was,
That's
Mom,
right.
Dad,
Yeah.
give me the report card. He goes, Mom, Dad, if I give you the report card, I would like to have a fish tank.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you want a fish tank? Let me see the report card. When they
Yeah.
look at that, they were like this. I hope this is real. But I'm going to go to the school and double check. They went and spoke to every single teacher.
Okay. Making
And then
sure.
and then that Friday, I will never forget it. That Friday, as soon as 3 o'clock came, I'm coming outside. And the only thing I heard was, Junior? I'm like, yes, Dad. Let's go to the pet shop and get you your fish tank. And from there on,
There you
had all
go.
my fishes,
Yeah.
and I
There
had
you
all the
go.
time and enjoying it. And then, one time I sit on my sofa, and I
Uh-huh.
will never forget. It was a 55 gallon. It was right behind my sofa. Instead of me sitting down like a human being, normal,
Turn
bah,
it.
I hit it with the elbow, and everything just came down on me.
Oh no.
No, and my mother is no more fish tank for you.
Wow.
So then I was this, no more fish tank. I said, okay, let me get into hamsters,
Yep, I had one of them.
and bought 2 hamsters. They reproduce, and I ended up with 56 hamsters.
Wow.
And no pet shop wanted them.
Right.
So I go to Dominican Republic. When I come back, I go, hey, Dad, what happened to your hamsters? I got rid of them for you. Don't worry about it. But he didn't want to tell me how he did it. And to this day, I don't even know.
Right.
So then I was this, I got to find another hobby. Since I can't have no fish tanks, no nothing else. Then I got into pigeons. And over there,
Okay.
I was frying pigeons, hanging out of the roof, frying their pigeons, and got into the pigeons. And then when the landlord told me, if you want your parents to live in this building, you have to get rid of that pigeon coop.
So there
Everything
goes the
was coming
pigeons.
down on me. Everything was coming down. It was all negative.
Right. Right.
So then I just picked up bowling,
Oh,
drag
you
racing.
bowl, huh? Okay, you a
Yeah,
bowler, huh?
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I
my
bowl a
average
little
is at
too.
least right now is at 205. Right now, my average.
Yeah, I bowl a little bit too. I love bowling.
And Then after bowling, then I went for fishing, and then went back to drag racing, then back to fishing. Then I moved down to Florida,
Mm-hmm.
and the only thing I was mostly seeing long strips on the ground racing. So I was just more into that. Then I forgot all about it. Then after I had my heart attack, I got back into the hobby because I had to find something to do. I stopped fishing and all that, and I said I don't want to be going out, going all crazy. Started looking at YouTube because I didn't know what was YouTube at first, and then I started watching YouTube. I find you, Paul Cafaro, all the other YouTubers, and I started listening. Whoa, these guys are doing an awesome job with all this. It doesn't look like it's made for me. So I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and try. Nah, I'm gonna pull away. Then I meet Aquafunk, and he tells me, just get your camera, record, send me the video. I'll put it together. Just open your account on YouTube, upload it, do it like this, put it like that, and let's see what happens. And from there on,
Yeah.
I got stuck on the YouTube, but just doing one video with one tank. I said, I'm gonna go to the Petco and see what I can find. Went to all the local fish stores. I seen all the fish that I wanted. Then when I went to Petco, they had that dollar gallon special,
Yeah.
but now they're doing 50% off around my area. Other
Yeah.
places, other places still got it for $1, but over here they're doing the 50% off. And I was just buying all the 20 gallons, buying 20 gallons, buy them all. Get on Facebook Market, get on Greg's list. I was just picking up fish tanks and everything. It got so out of hand that I was getting close to almost 40 tanks in my house.
NTS.
And I was like, oh, it's too much tanks. How am I gonna do this? I got to do this for my YouTube. Everybody's loving my
Right.
videos. I keep doing this. Then I finally find a local breeder. And he just kept on saying, I got so much fish that I don't have no tanks. I said, you need tanks? Come over to my house.
Right.
All the 20 guys went to his house. And then he was
Mm-hmm.
trying to ask me about the 125s and my 55s and my 65 and my both 150s I have. I was those you cannot touch.
Right.
You have the 20s and the 10s and the 5s.
Right.
And if you want some of these fishes and you want to breed them, go ahead.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, now I got these big tanks. What to put in?
Uh-huh.
and,
Uh-huh.
and I'm still with them.
Yeah. And you in the right area too. In Florida, y'all have those exotic fish right in y'all waterways.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
especially all those
I man, I envy y'all out there a little bit. You know what I mean? Y'all get to keep the real, y'all get to keep gar, Florida gar. You know what
some.
I mean?
There's some guards you can't keep.
What?
There's some guards you cannot keep.
Really?
It's just the
Man,
way
I think I
with the
think so that new law kicked in, huh?
yeah. And
Okay, okay.
that's why Territory Fish, you see in his
Went up to
video,
New York.
he's up in New York.
Yeah.
Because he was getting all the exotics and like the stingrays, and there was problems with the stingrays that he couldn't keep here.
Right.
So over in New York, it's like
Man.
you could keep one most of everything you could. There might be fishes that you might not keep. It's that you can't have in New York. So it's certain fishes you can keep, but the fishes that he always wanted to get, he could get them now.
Yeah.
And I when he was down here, I went to his store. I knocked on that door. Are you guys open to the public? He goes, yes. Can I come in? He goes, sure. And he goes, hey Rod, I like your videos. I like your setup. He goes, well, before you leave, I'll have I want to talk with you. I goes, no problem. And something happened right there. He goes, we'll talk another time. And we lost contact. But
Man.
then, but we just kept in contact. We found each other on YouTube, on Instagram, Facebook. And now when I go to Pennsylvania this weekend coming up, I'm going to that Keystone class. There's going to be other vendors and YouTubers there, and then from there, from Pennsylvania, I'm going to back to Jersey, spend time with my brother and my nephews, and then head to Long Island, spend time with my uncle and my aunt and my nieces and nephews,
Right.
and then I just got to pick up the phone and call Rod Territory Fence,
Yeah.
and he might. I'm not sure, but he might will let me in.
I
So
think he'll
that
let
way,
you in. Yeah, he'll let. I think he'll let you in.
because I want to do videos and I want to do a live stream over there.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be really nice for sure. Have you ever thought about keeping any Cayman? I know you got to have a restricted license. Is that any of your interests?
I've been thinking about some reptiles, but the thing is that I keep my house at 69.
Cold. It's a little cold.
Too cold.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
dog can deal with it. Most of all my kids, almost all of them have heaters, and some of them don't.
Yeah. I haven't ran heaters on my tanks this whole summer. It's been too hot.
And I've been thinking about this. My lady, she wants to getting into a chameleon. She wants a chameleon real bad
Chameleon? Yeah.
because
Yeah.
just because the colors, the way it pops, and she
Right.
loves it. And she wants me to get her one so bad. So I'm like, it's bad. Just give it time, and then I'll decide how the temperature. I'm gonna keep it in the house, and I'll think about getting you a chameleon. That was the Kool-Aid smile, and like she was gonna bring forth.
Happy
So
wife, happy life.
huh?
Happy wife, happy life.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I gotta get used to with this weather in my house because I don't want to go. I don't want to be hot in here, and then when I go outside and it's hotter, and
Right.
I hate all that sweating because
Right.
it's oh, I gotta go take another shower. I gotta
Right.
go do this.
Right. Yep. I'm the same way.
I
I'm the
can't deal
same
with it.
way.
But if that's life, I gotta do it. She wants to be happy. I gotta keep her happy.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I got a couple reptiles that I want to get. The black and white tegu lizard. I don't know if you ever seen a black and white tegu.
All the tingles, yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
want one. I want one of those so bad, but they need a very large enclosure. I mean, like 8 foot by 4 foot by 4 foot, and I'm running out of space. But I would love to own one of those one day.
I know you will do something. Since now you got your own house and you're looking at that backyard, you're like,
I just thought about that right now. I was looking like, build a shed for it outside.
honey, I love you, but the man cave needs to get a little longer.
You know, my girl, she'll be up for it. Like my girl, she's a real rider, man. She supports everything that I do. She got her own YouTube channel, was an extension of the Fish Corner. She does TikTok. She does more uploading than I do. Not on YouTube, but on like TikTok and Instagram and Facebook. She upload way more than me. So she's really supportive. I got lucky.
What's what's her YouTube channel for? Like that for my moderators could find it and they could
T
put it up there.
It's called TFC with me.
You heard that, guys? Moderators, it's TFC with me. Please drop that link and let's show some support and the love, and let's smash that like button. Let's smash that notification bell and subscribe to that channel. Let's do all that because if we do it to everybody, we're hoping we get the same thing back.
Man,
But
I'm
if
I'm 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 real big on that, Berto. I'm real big on that. I don't know if you caught the video. It was about a month and a half ago. I spent like 50 minutes doing a video, and I had named probably about 100 names on there of all the channels that I wanted people to go and go support, go watch, go like. because man, this hobby is such an amazing hobby. It don't cost nothing to show a little support. It's free. It's absolutely free. And one thing that I dislike is that there's been a lot of YouTubers that I used to watch. I'm a consumer of this hobby, man. I eat it up. You know what I mean? And there was a lot of people that I watched. IFG, Evan, man, like Evan is a really good dude. He backed up off the hobby a bit, off the deep in aquatics. We lost him. Andy Woods downsized like crazy. We lost him. Wapote Mel, he was one of the first guys I watched 8 years ago that had a 26-inch dovite in a 1,000-gallon aquarium. Wow. So it's like, it's just a little support goes a long way. You know what I mean? It encourages a creator to keep posting and encourage, you know what I mean? It's just that everybody need a little encouragement. You know what I mean? And it don't cost nothing to, be supportive. So, after making that video, I started making sure that I be better myself. I like every video I watch. I try to share, and I do the shout outs a lot more often because, again, I ain't gonna say it like that, but we all we got. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, the fish hobby isn't as big as I thought it was. You know what I mean? Everybody don't have MTS. You know what I mean? Everybody is not an insanely passionate about the hobby like we are. You know what I mean? We have a screw loose, a screw or two loose. You know what I mean? Look, we do it a little bit on a different level. So it's like that little support goes a long way.
And look at this. Look at this.
Oh, thanks, babe. Look who's watching the live.
Much love. Moderators, this is no person we got to look for. We got to find those links to this channel right here. And we got to hit that subscribe button and the like button and turn on that notification bell. And let's show the support and all the love.
That's what support looks like. That's what support looks like. My biggest supporter for sure.
Hey, young lady, I'm Berto Garcia, also known as Garcia Aquatics. I'm a little loose in the head, which I'm originally from New York. And it looks like Garcia decided to move to Florida to retire. But I haven't retired yet. I'm still having all the fun that I can. Just
That's right.
And keep on moving.
That's right.
Keep plugging and keep grinding.
That's right. What did you do before you retired?
Put it this way, I never retired. Every job that I had, even if I got fired or I just switched jobs, I just kept it moving and just kept on working. And there was one time that I was doing work for 2 months. I was going crazy. There was no funds coming in. There was nothing for me to do. All that. I got to get back to work. I don't care what kind of job it is. I need the income. And as soon as I started getting that income, I was happy.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. And the thing is, when you're doing something that you love, it don't even feel like work.
And in most of my jobs that I had, it was mostly a lot of lifting. I'm a type of person that cannot stay in the office.
Me
for
neither.
8 hours, I can't.
Me neither. I've never been that way.
My brother loves to work in the office and keep plugging.
Yeah.
And moving papers, I can't do that. Me?
Yeah.
Where do you want me to move that? From here to there? All right, let's do it.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Everybody that's coming in here, and like I said earlier, I hope you guys are not getting mad and not thinking that I'm ignoring you guys. I just want to say thank you for all the support you guys are doing, and you guys are rocking it. And I love it when you guys are rocking with Garcia Aquatics. And let's not forget about the Fish Corner. We cannot forget about it. Just make sure, turn on those notification bells, because you never know when he's dropping a video or when he's going to go live. Because he has a lot of surprises and a lot of things that's coming along. And if you haven't seen none of his videos, go watch his video. You will be entertained and you will get a lot of education from all the stuff that he's doing. Even though you got all the education, but there might be other stuff that you might be missing, and he might have the information. So
Mm-hmm.
watch the videos.
Yeah.
I've been watching it, and everybody watching it, so you can't miss it.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all. If y'all went over and subscribed, thank you. Thank you for everybody that's tuning in. All of that. We
And look at
definitely
this
appreciate
ad.
it.
Mexicali, thank you. Helping out the family. Helping out the family. Look at that.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah. Say what? How? I don't know how. She was saying I should share my life on my channel. I said I don't know how to do that.
Um, just go on YouTube on the live that's on right now, and click on the share, and you can post it on Facebook and everywhere else.
Okay. Yeah. I'm still learning.
Hey, I'm still learning, and don't worry, I'm trying to teach you the best I can.
I appreciate that. I
Oh,
gotta tap in with Mike's Loves Aquatics, Loves Life Aquatics. I know he been trying to get me on a live stream, so I definitely got to show him some support as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
Maritza, I'm not I'm not like that. Don't lie. Don't lie like that, Maritza. Okay, don't lie. If you keep lying like that, you already know I won't sing at the Keystone. And you want me to sing at the Keystone, so you gotta show a little bit of. Sorry to say that it is. Respect your elders.
So what are some of the fish tubers that's inspired you the most?
Well, the king of DIY and Corey from Aquarium Co-op,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
um, and just other YouTubers that I always still watch their videos, and I get all the educations that I need because they're very educational, and even the new YouTubers that are coming up. And put it this way, I like to I like to learn and help out people, even though a lot of people will tell me you should concentrate on your stuff first before you start helping. Me, I was not made that way.
Right.
I got so much information that person might be looking for. I'm gonna go ahead and pass it.
Exactly.
I would like to help everybody I can, even though I don't have no 8 R's or anything like that. But I'm always helping everybody.
That's right.
That's the way I was. I was not only the way I was raised, but I took it a step further.
That's right.
And I always want to help out everybody.
Exactly.
And
Yeah, I'm
and,
big
and,
on
look,
that.
and look at this guy, Pexotic, what he says. Where is it? No, no, that's not it. This one right here.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah,
lot of good.
Hey, Corey from Aquarium Co-op. I was just watching his live the other day. He's a really good. I feel like he's a good dude. I feel like that he's honest. He's so transparent, and I mean, the company alone speaks for itself. You know what I mean? My local fish stores up here has his products. You know what I mean? So that speaks volumes. And like he says, he tries his best to put out his best to us. You know what I mean? And I think you kind of like the same way. You know what I mean? You always want to try. You always want to give your best to everyone, regardless. You know what I mean? So I feel like any of the people that we watch, I think are kind of like the same way. You know, Joey was one of the main ones that got me started. Corey from Aquarium Co-op. I watched Aquarium Domain. I don't know his name. I gotta find out what his name is. He don't ever mention his name, but Aquarium Domain. There's definitely, and then Father Fish. You know what I mean? I watch Father Fish a lot. You know, I get a lot of information from Father Fish as well. So yeah, it's important to to learn and then teach. You know what I mean? Each one teach one. You know, it goes back to that saying. You know, I'm a strong believer in that. You know, we don't have to hold on to the information. Pass it along.
Even though if you might not like their opinion, but you're entitled to your own opinion, and you could tweak it to the way you want to.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
it's still going to mean the same thing what that person said, but in your, like I say, in your flavor.
Right. Exactly.
And Mike, can you please don't cry, Marissa? Since I know you're still here, can you give Mike a towel so he can stop crying? Mike, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention you. Look, I got people helping me out already.
Yeah, man. No, I'm just messing around. Just having some fun with it because I know Mike having some fun with it.
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
And about how many fish tanks do you have? About.
Uh, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I got I got 4 in the other fish room. I got 2 in the house, and then I got 14 in here, and then I got the big pond. But the things that I'm trying to get done, which I hope I could get done in 2024, is I want to turn this 800-gallon pond into a 4,000-gallon plywood deal. I want to turn my 225 saltwater predator tank right there into a 1,000-gallon saltwater predator tank. And then I got that nice corner 6-foot tall 1,600-gallon that I got to finish building, and that's freshwater. And then once I do that, I'm about to really just go a little crazy, man. I'm about to find the closest bridge, jump straight off. I'm about to really just take it to the next level. But right now, I'm just getting things prepared for that. But like I told you, like not everybody, have a screw loose like us, man. Like it's just never enough. But the thing is, for me, it's really just about taking care of the pets that I have. Everything that I name, from the 4,000-gallon to the 1,000-gallon to the 1,600, that's not for new fish. That's for what I have already. I just want to make sure I'm taking care of them the right way. You know what I mean? Because if I don't do that, I'm either going to become a slumlord kind of fish keeper, or I'm going to end up rehoming. Because the fish that I committed to buying and owning, they need a certain amount of space. And I don't know, and I never like to give them just the minimum requirements. I want to give them enough so they can thrive. Plenty of enrichment. So that's why I gotta go hard or go home, go big.
That's the way you got to do it. It's like everybody got to do their research. Just because I'm not going to be spending money for this bigger tank, or I'm not going to get a custom made tank. The fish grew this out of this tank. Okay, let me just go ahead and throw out into one of those ponds, or
Yeah.
and what they're gonna do? Go ahead and buy the same fish but smaller.
Right.
Do the same thing
Insane.
again. Come on,
Insanity.
don't do that.
Yep, insanity. One thing about it, once you do your research, you learn how to save money. Like all of my tanks in this room, it's all DIY filters. All of them have above the tank sumps on them, which also helps me drain them a lot faster. Like, so I have it to where I could open up a valve and close the valve, and the water drains all the way down to about 60%. I go to the sink. If I want to put water in any of these freshwater aquariums, I got a nice big manifold that goes into all of my aquariums in here. I don't even have to go and put no hoses in them. I just open up the valve, cut the water on, the water goes in. So it's a lot of ways that we can save money in this hobby. Like I was saying, it goes back to the saltwater aquarium. We don't have to spend a ton of money on all of these gadgets. Just understand what it is that we're doing. Once I understood the way a filter actually works, water goes in, goes through different pockets of media, whether it's the sponges, whether it's the mechanical media, whether it's your chemical filtration, whatever the case may be, and then go back into the tank. Once I understood that, it's easy to build one. The stands, the actual tank itself. I'm doing a ton of research to make sure when I do build my tanks, they never leak. I can't afford a 1,600-gallon aquarium. I really can't afford a 4,000-gallon aquarium, but I could build one. It's gonna still cost them. It's still gonna cost a little penny, but a fraction of what it actually would cost if I actually bought one.
It'll be
So
less,
save
but
money.
at least you put it together and you fixed it.
Exactly. And then I put that stuff on my channel so somebody else could do it as well. I don't keep none of this. I don't keep none of this secret. From building the sumps to building the stands, I show it all on the channel because I want to make sure that you don't say, "Oh, I need to pay somebody to do this." No, if you watch this video, I taught you. You see how to do it. I'll show you exactly how to do it from step A all the way to step Z. I got it for you.
It's just like the video that you dropped, how to fix a tank
Say what?
that you resealed, the tank that you resealed.
Yeah, the tank that I resealed after I cracked it. I cracked it in the apartment. Because of a mistake that I made with putting a foam mat for a tank that has a trim that don't need it, and it cracked or whatever. When I moved into this house 2 years ago, that was one of the first things that I fixed was that aquarium. And right now, that's the one that has my 16-inch giant gourami in it. Hasn't leaked again. So yeah, nothing goes to waste. And I'm also very big on using materials you already have. Like most of my fish room was made with wood that I had from previous jobs that I did. I had all of these carpet tiles from a job that I did. So I did my floor. I did the floor in my other fish room from the same carpet tiles and tiles that I had from a job. The wood from this stand to this stand and this one over there, all wood I already had that was just sitting in storage. I had that wood in the carpet tile sitting in storage for 2 years before I moved here because I said when I move into my house, I'm going to build a fish room and I'm going to use those materials. Look around and I've used all those materials.
Yeah, because I've been watching your videos. There's a lot of DIYs and
Everything.
I'm
Everything.
really proud. I wish I had the time to do stuff like that. For me, I'm always, oh, you could do this? Sure. How much? Yeah, don't worry about it. Okay, don't worry. I buy them dinner and without them knowing, I'll put a little bit of piece of paper in their pockets without them knowing.
Uh-huh. I don't really all of my associates, none of them are into the fish hobby. Aside from the people in this household, nobody in my circle is in the fish hobby. Not none of my friends, none of my family. My mom and my grandma, they both passed away. So nobody I know is in the fish hobby. They don't respect it. They don't appreciate it. They don't care about it. So, I've been connecting with a lot of people, via YouTube, and that's really been like my new fish family, if you know what I mean. And they're not local.
And this is Didi here. She does her own DIYs.
Uh-huh.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of people that can do it, but
That's right. That's right. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to fail. And when you build it yourself, you know how to fix it. You know what went into it. You know how you did it. You know?
that's it.
Yeah.
Let me see. If anybody wants to come up and chit chat with us, there's the link. And if you want to come up, just click on that link. Come on up. But if you don't want to, that's okay. And look at Bob. Bob or Bill chilling up there with the merch. Your little Bob that's behind you.
My Bob back there. Bob the
He just he
Bob the
just
little
had, he
boxer.
just watching everybody. He's just watching everybody, making sure it's
Yeah,
all
yeah.
cool.
Hey, Bob be scaring people. Bob be scaring people. I had some people like, "What is that back there behind you?" Like, yeah, that's my boxing mannequin, Bob.
He takes all the beating, but he keeps on
Yeah,
watching.
wearing got on that good TFC merch. I told you he had the Dovi. That's my logo right there, the fish corner with the Dovi in it.
Yeah, but when you first moved into that house and you started talking about how you're gonna set it up and everything, I watched every single of those videos.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I really
But it was,
appreciate that.
but then seeing you having that beautiful big tank, and then you had a crack in the back, and then when you had to refix it, that was I was like, oh,
Yeah. Yeah. When it happened, I was devastated, but I still knew not to throw it away. I put it in storage for 2 years or about a year. Like I said, as soon as I moved into the house, that was one of the first things I fixed. Everybody was like, throw it away, it's trash. I'm like, I'm not about to throw it away. If anything, I cut the glass out and reuse the glass panels. And it was easy to fix. Been holding water for 2 years.
and everybody, guess what? We got somebody here that wants to come up. No other than Exotic Diego.
Hey,
How you
how's it
doing,
going?
man?
How y'all doing? How you doing, bro?
I'm good. How about you two?
That's good. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Enjoying this good live stream with Berto, and now with you, man. I'm
Good.
chilling though.
Cool, cool.
And I'm happy that everybody's coming here, watching the live and enjoying the all the things that we're doing here and stuff like that, and what we do for the hobby. Because there's a lot of people that doesn't keep that locked up in their head and just it died. Okay, no more fishes for me. Don't
Yeah, man. Yeah.
just stay in it. But you gotta be almost like a scientist. You just gotta figure out what was wrong, test the water, check everything, and
You
it'll
remember
keep
when?
you.
You remember when I moved here and all my fish died? Almost all of my fish died. I went from having 9 tanks to having 3 tanks, and 1 tank was turtles. I had the 2 eels, and that was in my grouper in the saltwater tank, and I had like 4 or 5 freshwater fish. Everything else died. All my corals, all those expensive fish. I was kind of feeling like what you were saying. I kind of felt like quitting, so I didn't really do anything. Just changed the water for about a month. But then after I finally got over it, I was like, I gotta get just, put one foot in front of the other and get back to it, start rebuilding. So I've been rebuilding honestly ever since. But a lot of times, like you said, that would basically make somebody quit. They're just like, I'm done. But I've never
Yeah,
been a quitter in my life.
you gotta keep it moving. You gotta keep it moving,
Yeah,
If 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 you fail and you quit, you're never gonna learn and you're never gonna grow.
and you will never
exactly.
figure out what was the problem.
Right.
Exactly. The greatest learning lessons come from failure.
Right.
Yeah. So what kind of tanks you got, bro? What you got? Saltwater,
Um,
freshwater, what you keep?
right now I don't have anything because I moved and I live with family. So until I get my own place, I really can't get anything.
Okay, okay. What do you
But
like to keep in?
but back because I'm from the Chicago area.
Okay,
I am now living in South Carolina, and back back home I had 3 or 4 10 gallons and one 20 high.
okay,
And I had guppies and I had Synodontis persicolas that were breeding like crazy.
mm-hmm.
And I had a bunch of plants because I sold fish and I sold plants.
Okay, nice, nice. Yeah, I love the planet tanks. And I just
Oh,
started loving the guppies. Guppies are nice. The fancy tails.
Yeah.
if any moderators are here, drop Exotic's link, and everybody check out Exotic. Check his website. You never know what kind of deal he has. And guys, you have to check it out.
Yeah, I'm
Because
definitely
you,
gonna check it out.
because you will get what you need, and he might have it.
Yeah.
What do you mean, might?
I just had to throw that little. I
You
just had to
got it for
throw that little
sure.
bit. I just had to throw a little bit of negativity just to hear you say what.
Yeah.
No, right now I have a 10% to 35% off everything on my website through the end of this month. And if you see a product you want that's not on sale and you let me know, I'll give it to you for 50% off.
Okay.
So I'm guaranteeing that everything on the website is on sale, 10 between 10 and 35% off. But it's only till the end of the month. So you can come back to me next month and say, this isn't on sale and get it for 50% off.
So you heard that, guys.
Sounds like a
Get
good
it while
deal,
it's
y'all.
hot.
Yeah.
Get it while it's hot, hot, hot.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like Garcia. I like to move it. As far as products go anyway.
And you know how Garcia is. Always saying positively stuff, and then I know it throws a little negative. But that negative is not that strong because it's going to be turned into a positivity.
Right.
That's right.
And you know how Garcia is. Yeah.
That's why I support you and I'm here.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey guys, you guys are really rocking with me, and I really appreciate it. And the moderators, I really appreciate all the dropping those links and everything, and everybody coming here. And like I said before, the link is there. Just click it. If you want to come up, come up. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. You right now you getting photo bombed by your fish back there, Berto.
Like
Man.
always.
Yeah,
Always.
man. Yeah, those are some beautiful Oscars, man. What's that one
And
right there? One
oh,
that's
that
just
one
going
right
back
there?
there. Yeah, one that's going back behind your head right now. Yeah, that one right. Other side.
No,
Other side.
that's my peacock. That's my peacock
Oh,
bass. Put
beautiful,
it this way.
man.
My local
Yeah.
breeder, he was home and he put something on Facebook, I believe, that he would take any fishes or any tanks or anything like that. He got the tank and the fishes. And then when he came, the last time that he was here, he was looking at my house. He's like, it looks like you need to move this tank here from the dining room to over here to my living room. I'll help you to move that tank, and I know what we can put in that tank. I goes, what? What are we gonna put in that tank? Remember the peacock and the Oscars? I goes, yeah. I didn't tell you that the bucket's right outside the door. So we have
Yeah,
to do it right now. Let's do it. Oh, let's dude.
man, that was nice. Yeah, man.
He surprised me with those, and I even did a video on that.
Yeah, yeah, that's sweet, man. That's nice right there.
And I'm trying to get him into to do videos, but he's been putting a few videos on Instagram and a few on TikTok and then on Facebook. He got so much guppies, African cichlids, and now he's getting into the to the cichlids. And it looks like now he's trying to move from the guppies. But I told him, don't move from the guppies. It's good to have a little section of the guppies. Then whatever fish you want, all the cichlids you want from there, and any other bigger fish. And remember, you got a pond in your backyard. You got another pond that you made, above ground ponds that you made, and they're empty. Those could be filled, and we could put more fish in there. He goes, you're 100% right.
Uh-huh.
And now he just keep filling them up, moving the fishes around, and keep on everything.
Yeah. Yeah, guppies are nice. I got a 46-gallon bow front, and I just started out with the guppies. I got like 5 males, 5 females, and it's about 50 to 100 fry in there right now. They just keep breeding.
Hey, Maretza, email me, and we gotta touch base because I definitely want my intro. I don't like that intro. And if you notice my intro is with the Terminator. Dun, dun, dun. Ever since
Yeah.
I heard that, the first time I ever saw the Terminator, and just with that, I'll say, that's me. That's me right there.
Yeah.
Because there've been places that I've been walking into. People move out of my way. I'm like, why are they moving out of the way? It's that you walking with a purpose that you didn't go do something. And the only thing you're doing is just going to that. You walking in, people moving this nervous or who knows what's gonna happen. And as soon as you get to the county, you best, hey, how you doing?
Yeah. Got an intimidating walk, huh? Yeah, there's nothing
Even
wrong
my
with
lady,
that.
she is that walk. But the good
Yeah, I
thing
need
is,
to
everybody
change.
moves out of the way.
Yeah, I need to change my intro as well. I like the music, but I feel like it could be a little fresher. I do everything myself, just like you. I heard you earlier. You said you make your shirts. I press up my shirts as well.
Yeah.
The intro, the editing, I do it all myself. I mean, it's impressive that you got the moderators. I was thinking I need to get me some for my live streams, but it's like, I do it all. I do it all myself so far.
And the way you do it, just I'm gonna tell you right here in front of everybody. I don't care. Just to get moderators, the way you do it, if you want that person to control the negativity that's coming in, they could just go ahead and block them. They could block that person, and they won't let them come back in, or they'll
Yeah.
put them on time. You just click on the person's name, and you can turn them into a moderator.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because sometimes I do be seeing some disrespectful comments, on my live. I'm like, man, it's kind of hard to keep up with the positive ones, and then you see the negative ones in there too. So yeah, moderators are definitely important to block that.
Uh-oh, look at this already. I'm gonna do a video for you tomorrow. I'll email you tomorrow. I'll mail you too. All right. And guess what? And what else? I am Garcia's drummer. Ah! Ah. Oh
Yeah,
my God. I mean, a lot of love. I mean, I got people who want to do videos for me. I got people that want to play the drums for me. I love you all, man. I love all this. I love all this.
that's that good karma. You could tell, man, it's sure that you're a good person, have a really good soul, man. The fact that people want to do things for you like that, that's how you could tell. You know, Pay it forward, put that good energy out there. It comes back like a boomerang.
I've been doing so much for a lot of people. There's been a few people that I helped out, and they just like, I don't know him, and I be like this. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Sooner
it's
or later
okay.
you'll come back. You'll come back
Yeah, yeah, it's all right.
you're gonna come back and talk to me. And I'm gonna give it to you right now before you come back. I'm gonna tell you keep it moving.
Yeah, it's all right. It always comes back. You're gonna have some positive karma coming back your way, and they might have negative karma going back their way.
Yep.
Whatever's in the cards.
Oh man. But all those tanks, I just don't know how you could do it with all those tanks, the turtles,
Stingray.
and especially that stingray when you were feeding that stingray also, that you were hoping that didn't spit out the vitamin pill.
You say what?
That you was hoping that stingray didn't spit out the vitamin pill that you were giving him.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, she's clumsy with her food sometimes, but she's definitely a good eater though.
But it made me laugh the way she was doing it. Like,
Right.
I can't eat, I can't eat it, I can't eat it. And then I know it takes off like a little jet plane, and then back turn, come back around.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
She was just being
That's
funny. I
Lisa
was just
Ray
like,
right there. Yeah, that's her. Yep. But yeah, I don't know. The love of the hobby is the only reason why I have the energy to keep up with these tanks. If I was like 10% into the hobby, or if my heart wasn't all the way into it, I couldn't even keep up with it. Because it is a lot of work. When you have 20 tanks and they're this size, like I said, aside from the pond don't count because the pond is good. But all these tanks, since I don't have plants in them, I got to really get in there and I got to do my maintenance. You know what I mean? So if I didn't love the hobby as much as I do, I wouldn't have the energy for it. sometimes I work 16-hour days. You know what I mean? And I still got to come home. I can't even take my work boots off. I got to take care of fish, feed fish, turn lights off, turn lights on. You know, make sure everybody, you know, do my wellness checks. You know what I mean? And I got to do a lot of wellness checks so I keep all aggressive fish. So it's always something to do.
And on a good note, there's a gentleman that's going to be coming up, and just with his name, you could have bad vibes, or great vibes, or awesome vibes. So I'm gonna bring him up. His name is Vibes Aquatics. Come on, tell him Vibes. Come on, Vibes.
What's going on, bro? How you doing?
No,
Vibes.
he's trying to be like the Terminator.
Okay, here we go. I'm back at it. What's cracking?
It's good,
All
bro.
right. So that's good old Eddie. Vibes Aquatics. Do you have any questions for the fish corner?
Yeah, I do. I got a whole pile of them. First one. Why not tap water and saltwater tanks?
Why no tap water and saltwater tanks? For one, I never heard anybody. Well, I can't say I never heard nobody do it, but I think it has too many different, like the chloramines. Even though you can put the chlorinator in there, but the RODI system, the RODI filter, it removes all of that. You know what I mean? It removes so much from the water before you put it into your aquarium. I'm not saying it won't work. I've heard people say they do it, but I'm just saying, me personally, I wouldn't do that. Yeah. But if it's working for you, you know, I don't think it makes any sense for you to change anything based on what I'm telling you. But at the same time, it's just something that I wouldn't do. But I do a whole lot that other people wouldn't do, like run a saltwater aquarium with a sponge filter. So, you know, it's not, I'm not definitely not saying that somebody can't do it. It's just I wouldn't do it myself, only because I just don't really know enough about it to kind of like cross that bridge.
Yeah, exactly. It may work for me, but I can't promise it's gonna work for you.
Exactly.
And what's
kind
your
of like
best?
Kind of like with my salt, with my freshwater, you know, my freshwater fish. A lot of people, they say they can't mix certain fish. Meanwhile, it works in my pond. So, you know, I wouldn't say, hey, this is gonna 100% work for you. I could just tell somebody, hey, it's working for me. You might be able to try it that way, and it might work for you, but it also might not.
And guess what, guys? Since now we're in this topic talking about saltwater, I guess I'm gonna have to bring somebody else, because this gentleman here was complaining before that I didn't mention him. So
Uh-oh.
And here's what happened here? And here's Mike B. Mike B. You know what?
What?
What's going on, Mike?
What's up? How you doing?
I'm doing good. And yourself?
Good, man.
That's good.
So now, since you are a saltwater guy also, and since I didn't mention you before, the floor is all yours.
Oh, dang.
Wow, he was good.
What do you want me to say?
Hey, Mike, so would you recommend putting tap water into a saltwater tank?
Oh, man. So normally I don't do that. I usually I have an RODI system, and I have done it in
I'm still here.
I have done it like cause I my 120 has a sump, you know when that gets low, you start getting that below that the return pump, and you start shooting air. And so I have done it, but when at the moment that I had to do it, I'm all like looking it up and seeing if it's okay. This was like a while back, but and but I normally just use my RODI.
Okay. Yeah, one more.
But I've had people tell me they do that, and they've had no problems with it whatsoever. See, I'm not really sure why. Because I'm guessing maybe because it's all the minerals that are in the water, in the tap water. You know, I don't know what that would do. Like, is on a bad note. You know, I'm not
Right. That's exactly how I feel about it. You know, I feel like if I was going to try that, I would have to definitely do some research to make sure that I know what I'm doing. With everything else I do with the hobby at all, you know what I mean? I definitely got to do research before I do certain things. But when it comes to putting the tap water, I think you could probably get away with that for sure if you have like a fowler tank, you know, fish only with live rock. But I know corals are so sensitive. Like, you know,
sure.
I would never recommend that for corals. But again, you know, I don't know if vibes, you got corals, or are you running it with just you got corals too?
I have corals. Yeah.
Hey,
it's going now 4 years.
Man, that's it. That's good.
No water changes, just top offs.
And no water changes?
Yeah.
Sweet. I'm gonna have to. You have a channel? You have a YouTube channel?
I do.
What is it? I'm gonna look it up right now. I'm gonna subscribe to you.
Vibes Aquatics.
Vibes Aquatics. Yeah, man. I definitely got to see your setup, man. That's
any other moderators that's not on the panel, please drop those links that everybody that's on the panel, for everybody to check out everybody, and let's show.
I'm about to check y'all right now, bro.
Thanks, bro.
I found you. I just subscribed. I got you. I'm gonna definitely check out your channel. I gotta see this, man. I believe you, but you know that's really something to behold. You know what I mean? Like that's something that a lot of people need to hear. You know, I'm not saying that it's important to kind of like, you know, preach our ways of doing things, but it's good to know. It's good to let people know they have options. You know what I'm saying? Right. Everybody might not have money to go keep buying RODI water or have the money for an RODI filtration system. So for somebody to know that, man, I could use tap water, treat the tap water, and do whatever you do to make it good, man, it will probably get more people into the saltwater hobby. And that's all I want to do. I want more people to get into the saltwater hobby. If they're on the fence about it, I want to be that extra push into the direction of saltwater.
Right.
Because it's amazing.
That's one of my goals, is to make it DIY on a budget.
Exactly. 100%. My whole fish room is DIY.
We all going on a budget. And on that note, we gotta bring a beautiful young lady.
Oh, look at that.
We're gonna bring a beautiful young lady. And she only, I believe she only has big fishes.
Yeah.
And
the beautiful setup right there.
Yeah, thanks, Bill.
And wait until you see if she decides to show you her stingrays. Hello, Master Fish Gal, Lori.
Hello,
hey, good looking.
How you doing, girl?
Hey, Lori.
Hi, Mike.
Hi.
Good.
Hey, Lori, are you ready for Keystone?
Oh, yes, I am.
Lori, if you can, if it's possibility, can you show Kevin, not Kevin, Cleveland, your beautiful stingrays?
Lights are off for tonight.
Oh, they're off for the night?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Bring my AirPods.
I tried, Cleveland. But the lights are out for the night.
I appreciate that. You got a YouTube channel, Monster Fish Gal?
Yes, I do. It's Monster Fish Gal.
I'm about to look you up. And subscribe right now.
She's the best this side of sliced bread.
Oh, thank you, guys.
What kind of stingrays you have?
They're freshwater.
You got the freshwater, okay. Black diamond.
I got a black diamond hybrid.
Okay, I just subscribed to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You don't have to thank me.
Hey, Cleveland, you pressed the wrong button again?
Thank you, Tommy.
Hey, Mike, I love your fish tank.
What?
I love your fish tank. It's beautiful.
Well, I'm not sitting in front of a tank like last night. This is the same one.
I know it's beautiful.
Yeah.
The fish haven't moved much.
Yeah.
You might want to check them out. It's probably the perimeters are probably off.
Are you
Water
ready?
change.
Yeah. They're pretty. They seem pretty happy though.
What kind of filtration you using on that tank?
Oh, it's natural.
Paper filtration.
Yeah, where it's just like it's paper filtration.
Nice.
It's new, you know.
And Maritza, thank you for being my drummer.
Yes, always.
And the reason why I'm gonna say it like this, I just gotta give you my phone number. Now, if I can let you know when I'm getting there, and I can holler at you, and like that, if I can walk in with my intro, everybody can stop what they're doing for this. Oh, Garcia's coming in here.
Turn the lights out, like we're not here.
Security, get that crazy guy out of here.
Everybody's gonna be like, "What is that noise? Why is she playing that?"
If they see 5 Garcias walking in, they're gonna be, uh-oh. Not 1, but 5.
Yeah,
Cleveland.
we'll be getting there on Saturday.
Oh, I'll be there Saturday also. But I'm flying in Friday. My brother's picking me up from the airport. Go have a quick dinner. And then get back home, go to sleep, wake up early, and head to the PK.
Hey, Vibes, are you feeling okay?
Why?
Because you're not eating.
Hey,
Right?
Diego, don't say that.
you-
Don't say that,
you
Diego.
want me
Don't
to-
say that, Diego.
hey, I can get up and get something to eat if that makes you
Oh.
happy.
Diego, thanks a lot, Diego. Now, that is going to the food topics now.
Vibes, go
Yeah.
get your cottage cheese.
Okay.
I'll
be right back.
Oh my God.
Hey, you asked for it.
It was great. It was going great until they started talking about food.
I mean, it just struck me as weird that he wasn't eating.
It was just perfect. It was
It
just
is weird that
perfect.
he's not eating. I agree.
You should have a channel about eating. Just
He should. Just him eating. He'll get viewers.
yeah.
He should be like that famous guy that used to go to different places and eating all those exotic food.
Who,
Just
Andrew
imagine
Dimmons?
guys doing that.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah. Did you finish those T-shirts?
I only got 12 shirts left, and I gotta print out 4. I mean, gotta print out 12 more if I could iron them up. And I was just going with that flow. And then when I look at the time, 4:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
And then I wake up and my partner in crime, I was asked, where is she? I call her up. She goes, honey, don't you think I don't have to go to work? I gotta go to work. I goes, okay, I'll see you when you get home. And then when she comes in, she sees me on the live, and she goes, oh, you on the live now? But
So you're
the
bringing those
stickers
to the
done.
Clash, right?
Huh?
Are you bringing those T-shirts to the Clash?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
He's bringing mine wrapped in bows.
I gotta practice, but I gotta practice. Whoa.
So Jeff Kane wants to know what's your plan for all the T-shirts.
Well, the most of the shirts that they're all done. I owe people shirts from a while back that I was supposed to ship out, and I didn't ship them out. And they're gonna be at the Clash. I'm gonna get those shirts out first, and my brother and my nephews are going to be walking around, and whoever wants the shirts, they're $20 a piece.
Mío también.
Eso no va, eso no va, eso no va, because you're my drummer.
I have no idea what's going on now.
It was not for you, Mike. It was for Maritza.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to sing to you. Uh-uh.
Oh, you will.
Ay, ay, ay. Oh, this yesterday's pizza. Look at that. Everybody's munching out over here.
I'm
I've
putting my
eaten-
fish over here.
I just finished eating chips.
Pizza. Cottage cheese pizza.
And KJE just came in.
Hey, Keith,
Hey,
welcome.
Hey, there's a lot of people that I didn't get to meet, but I'm gonna be very happy to meet you guys because I've been watching all the Keystone Class videos, and there's a lot of great people there, and everybody that been showing the support to the Garcia Aquatics, and I'm gonna show the same support and love to you guys because without you guys, there's no Garcia Aquatics. But since you guys been showing all the love and all the support, you're gonna get a whole lot of Garcias. And some people don't like that, but they're gonna have to deal with it.
And
You-
there's
So, what you guys would like to find out from the fish corner? What would you guys like to find out from the fish corner? Ask him all the questions you guys want to ask him, and he might have the answer.
Maybe.
What do you think about underground filters?
Underground.
Under
Underground.
gravel. Yeah.
I don't like them.
I haven't seen one of those
Why
in
is-
forever.
Yeah, I don't like underground filters.
How come?
I think it's old school. It's a much better way of filtration. Is there? I would ask, is there a reason why you like those kind of filters? Why would you prefer an undergravel filter opposed to, say a sponge filter, hang on the back filter, sump filter, above the tank sump filters? There's so many filters. Why would you want to have the undergravel? You're so limited. You know what I mean? When you have an undergravel filter, those little filter media little compartments that's at the end of the tube. It's such a small amount of filtration. All my filters are oversized. Every filter I've built, it can filter my aquarium 4 times the capacity. You know what I mean? I like oversized filtration. Never undersized. That way, whatever I decide to throw in a tank, I don't have to worry about upgrading the filtration or anything like that. So that's why I went away from like the FX6 filters. I used to have actually I still got them. I have like 7 canister FX6 filters that's in the shed. I'm never going to pull those out because I built my filters. Those are nothing but big sponge filters. If you look at the way the FX6 is set up, you have all those sponge around it. Then you have those little compartments of the biological where your biological filtration media goes. All of my filters, I use pot scrubbers from the Dollar Tree. I have even the body spongers from the Dollar Tree. If it's a freshwater, you could use lava rock. You could use and then you could really go and get like the big media blocks from off of Amazon, and you could load it up. And that's what I did with all of mine. So I believe in overfiltration, and I believe when you have an under gravel filter, you're doing underfiltration. And again, like I said, I mean, I try to do what's best for my fish. So I'm never going to try to underfilter one of my tanks just to try to save $1. And you usually don't save $1 because you're going to spend a lot of money doing all these water changes, throwing a whole bunch of chemicals in there, trying to offset things because you're kind of like, you're basically being cheap in a way because you're not really giving it the right filtration that it needs. And in the end, once you understand the filtration process of it, you still save a whole lot of money. You don't have to have an FX6 filter. It took me 7 of them to figure out I didn't need them. What do you think about the underground filter? Do you run those?
Never used it. Never want to use it. But to me, it's like if you're gonna use it, and then when it's time to clean it, it's too much work. Because you got to take mostly everything out, in my opinion.
Exactly. I've
If
never
you have
used
a
one.
hangback filter, you can just pull up the handbag filter. And if you want to clean it thoroughly and change the cartridge and all that, but you really don't want to take all the bacteria out, and
Exactly.
it's easier to clean and put it right back, and you don't have to move too much on the gravel and all that stuff.
Right.
Because you can just use the vacuum gravel cleaner, and you can use those, and you clean it out with no problem.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my opinion. And the
And
sponge filters, I love it. But canisters, I love it. And my 65 is the only one with a handbag. Everything else has sponge filters or canisters.
So for your canisters, do you keep using the same media that they sell you, or have you kind of added in your own media?
When I bought it, I just keep that same one that I use. I just rinse it out,
Okay.
but I don't do like some people do. They'll take everything out and use the tap water to clean it out and stuff like that. I use that same water that's
In the
in the
tank.
canister, rinse it out real good that way, and then I put it back together and then fill it up and then put prime on it and stability and then let it cycle right back up.
Okay.
That's the
Yeah.
way I do it. And
Uh-huh.
my my fructosa tank, Vibes could tell you, I have that canister and I haven't cleaned it for 2 years yet. And my fishes are thriving. The only thing I've been doing is just filling it up, just tapping it off and putting prime and stability.
There you
And my
go.
fructosas are thriving.
There you go. Yeah. It's definitely possible to over clean your canister filters or your aquarium. Over clean it, make it sterile, make it crash.
Mm-hmm.
I went a year before I cleaned the canister filter on this 240. Before I got here though in this house, I was constantly cleaning my filters. I basically was still learning. You know what I mean? The 240 was like my biggest. Matter of fact, it's still my biggest tank. So the 240 was my biggest tank. So I'm thinking I have to do a ton of water changes every week. I'm thinking that I have to do my filter every week. You know what I mean? And then gradually, I started realizing that I'm the cause of some of my numbers. When you start chasing numbers, you know, I start realizing that I'm the reason why my numbers are off because I'm doing too much. Sometimes you just got to leave it alone. You know what I mean? Let nature do what it's going to do. You don't have to keep getting in there, you know, and constantly messing things up. And those numbers are going to constantly fluctuate, and then you're going to end up making your tank crash. And I had that situation happen a number of times. That's why now it's a lot easier. I think for this tank, I probably do a water change on it maybe once a month, every 2 months, and everything is fine.
Uh, Cleveland, this gentleman here, Jave Kane. The fish corner, give me some time. I will post some videos on some sweet underground filter setups.
I know. I'm pretty sure the setups really do look good, but it still don't change the fact that the filter remains the same. It's kind of like what Berto said. When you actually got to clean your undergravel filter, it still goes back to the fact that you are not providing more filtration than what your fish need. You know, it's still going to be the bare minimum. You know, they don't set it up to where that filter is able to filter 3 times the size of that tank. It's set up for that particular tank, and that fluctuates. It fluctuates with the amount of fish you put in there. It fluctuates with the amount of how often you're doing water changes. So I don't doubt that the tank looks beautiful. I don't doubt that at all. But how do you get around the fact that you still don't have more filtration than what you might need? You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm a strong believer in overfiltration. I don't believe there's a such thing as overfiltration, at least not in my aquariums because of the way I stock. You know, I like big fish. If you have even small fish, if you have 300 small fish inside of a large aquarium, you kind of want more than just the undergraduate filter. You know, if you have fish that's like 16 inches, 12 inches, and you have a bunch of those, you're going to want more than just the undergraduate filter. That's the reason why they have canister filters for certain aquariums. You know what I mean? That's why they put sumps into place. If you only could get away, or if you was able to get away with just undergraduate filters, they wouldn't have created the sumps. You know, that same size tank wouldn't do better, or I guess that's based on a person, but I think it would do better with the sump than it would with the undergraduate filters. But I'm not trying to rain on your parade. I definitely believe that you got some beautiful tanks set up with those filters, but just keep in mind that you're limited. Just keep that in mind. And I like hands off. You know, I want to be able to enjoy my tanks more. I want to be able to actually watch it without constantly having to get in there and do stuff because of you know, number watching, or you know, it looks like that it needs to be clean all the time. What's your take on that, Berto?
And the other thing is that, in my opinion, like I was saying before about the gravel filter, is it's just almost like you restarted the whole tank all over again. And
Yes, sir.
if you're a type of person that is going to be doing 20% or 30% water changes, that's the way you're doing it. But if you have that gravel filtration, it just could be almost like you have to do, like you restarted a whole brand new tank.
Yeah,
And it shouldn't.
and
yeah,
and and not only that, but like when it comes to cleaning, or if you have to take down that tank with an undergravel filter for any reason, I mean, I hope that none of us ever have to take down our fish tanks for any reason, but there are those times when you do have to. So when you have to take down a tank with an undergravel filter, my experience has been all the gunk, all the junk that's underneath it, but all that black gunk or junk, and then you have to clean one more thing off,
mm-hmm.
and that's why. Well, once I had that experience, I'm like, I'm never gonna ever deal with undergravel filters. So since then, I haven't. Since then, I don't believe in them anymore. I don't sell them on my website. I don't recommend them, but that's just my preference.
Right.
And I try I educate people on, for the most part, why I don't like them. But again, if it works for you, it works for you.
Vibes, vibes. Stop showing,
I don't
just
know how
eat.
either.
Vibes. Just eat.
You couldn't do that with the link. You couldn't.
Just eat. Vibes. Stop showing. Just eat. God have mercy on my
Yeah.
soul with this guy.
I had a question for Cleveland. I had a question real quick. You
Yeah.
mentioned with the pot scrubbers and earlier, like what did you
Yeah.
say you put those in for filtration? I didn't hear that part.
So instead of sponges, I use pot scrubbers. You know how it needs to go through the mechanical, which is you know, whether it's filter floss, whether it's the sponge or whatever. So in lieu of the sponge, I use the pot scrubbers. I also go buy a nice cheap $5 pillow from Walmart or Target, and I use that cotton as a filter floss sometimes. So it's just about, you know, just saving a dollar. You know what I mean? You don't
No,
have to
oh
go
yeah, I
into
agree with you. Do
yeah.
you put it like? Do you put them in? Like, what do you put them inside of when you?
So I have above the tank sumps. I mean, I don't know if it'll lag if I turn it around, but in my above the tank sumps,
Mhm.
if it's my hang on the back filter and it's placement of that bottom sponge, you just take the body scrubber, you put that in the bottom, and you just treat it the same way.
Yeah, I
Treat it
remember
the same way.
I watched Kev from Caveman Aquatics, and he
Caveman
mentioned about
Aquatics.
the pot scrubbers on one of his videos, or a couple of them actually.
Yeah.
And he showed putting them in an FX6, and I did that, and they seem to work good. And I had a 40 breeder saltwater for a while upstairs, and I had the internal canister, Marine Land internal canister filter, And all I did was I took I've already used up the insides of that a while back. So I
Right.
took the pot scrubbers. I took a little bag of, a little mesh bag of like the bio balls, and they were just sitting in there with the pot scrubbers. And then I took a sponge filter and I cut it really short, so the hole and it fit right in there.
Yeah.
And I had that in the 40 breeder, and that was the only filtration, and it kept it like really clean.
Exactly. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's definitely about trying to save a dollar wherever you can, especially when in this hobby, it's nothing wrong with saving some money. And all of my tanks, like I said, I got a butter tank, sumps on them, and you can just load it up however, as long as it's collecting the organics, that's all it needs to do, and you rinse it out the same way, throw it away. And the thing is, I feel like they almost last longer anyway. That's what they're meant for. But I don't have it like that on my saltwater, just only on my freshwater aquariums. It's just totally different from the salt and fresh.
Yeah. And it was
so-
it's actually fun. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. It's actually fun, like kind of making your own filters, or system.
Definitely, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Garcia. This is the first and last time I'll ever get vibes going with food again.
Well, talk about saving money. We know Vibes ain't saving money with all the
Look at this way. One thing I'm gonna say, and I did it to somebody
glasses
that was just being a wise, and I put him on timeout, and I lost my whole chat. So I learned that mistake, and I stopped putting people on timeout because I do not want to lose the chat, and I don't want to lose the live. So now you know why I love it when Vibes is sitting down like this and not eating. Because this is not a food talk conversation channel. This is all about fish. And he just being like somebody else I know, but I still love the guy because he's great people, but sometimes he gets out of hand. And Lori, you know who I'm talking about. Right? You know who I know. You know who I'm talking about. And I'm loving this. Everybody's having a good time here, chatting away over here in the chat. And there's great people showing up. And like I said way earlier, like an hour ago or something like that if I ignore you in the chat, don't think I'm ignoring you. I'm happy you guys showed up and you checking your list and subscribing. Everybody and showing all the support. And well, hello and welcome. And Cleveland, somebody in the chat was saying that it looks like you're feeding your fishes some potato chips.
Feeding them some Masterboard Delight. And
Yeah, but
I don't know if y'all know about this one right here. This right here is like this is $55.
Since the bag is a little far, it looks like a bag of potato chips. It looks like you were feeding your fishes potato chips.
Yeah, but you know about these Aquarius floating sticks right here, right? The big bag, the 2.2 pound bag.
Never heard of that one.
Man, so it's Aquarius floating sticks. I buy one bag of food a month. It lasts the whole month. 2.2 pound bag.
Wow.
The best thing going.
That's really good.
Yeah, it's a damn good. It's a really good deal. It's a really good deal.
I want that Oscar.
Man, I want your bass, man. I want that peacock bass you got.
Well,
I want that peacock bass you got. Is it what kind is it? Butterfly?
It might be a butterfly.
Okay. Yeah, I got 2 killberries.
There could be something worked on. Don't worry. You'll be surprised. Oh. Hey,
Vibe's got
Cleveland,
that
look.
next.
Look, Cleveland.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, yeah. That's right. That's right. Yeah, I'm a repeat offender. Once a month. That's it. That's all I gotta buy. And
Nice.
and all my fish enjoy it.
That's just weird. You're the second person I've seen that uses this stuff.
Really.
Yeah,
Everybody else missing out.
yeah.
That's why they haven't sponsored me. But that's why I tell everybody, like, this is the best thing right here, 2.2 pound bag. And since it gets soft and it breaks up from small fish to big fish, they all could eat it. They all could eat it.
And how do you feel about having two sources of oxygen exchange?
What you mean?
Basically, having either a filter or a sub, a wave maker, air pump with an air stone or
The more
sponge filter,
the
hang them
merrier.
back. Basically, having two sources. That
Yeah,
way, if one fails, the other one should be okay.
yeah, I actually think that's a good thing. You know what I mean? The more the better. Especially when we're talking about freshwater aquariums. We, like you just said, if one failed, the other one's going to compensate for that. And the fish aren't going to complain about having more oxygen. They're going to thrive from it. They're going to appreciate it. So I'm a strong believer in that.
And the reason I got to that point, I lost the whole tank setup because of that. I had only one source, and it quit while I was gone.
Wow.
Got back, they were all dead.
Yeah, man.
So.
Yeah.
So that's why you do that now. You put in more filtration just in case it happens again.
Yeah. Yeah, basically have a plan. Because these fish depend on you.
Exactly.
Just like this tank here, I got two wave makers. One in this corner, facing this way. One wave maker right here in the middle, facing forward. Then I got the air bubbler. And then I got my sump. My canister.
There you go. Yeah, they always covered. They're always covered.
And my flotosa tank, I got an air stone in that one, a canister also, and a wave maker.
Have you ever experienced your wave maker not quite shorting out? I guess it's a type of short out. Let me just say this. Have you ever put your hand inside of your water and you feel like a small electrical shock?
I experienced that already.
From the wave maker, right?
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
The
ahead.
thing is that the manufacturer, it may sound like I'm bashing them, but I'm not bashing no company.
No.
But the thing is that some of the companies, they got their way of making so many of by their brand, and then they got the second hand with a lower price, and sometimes those lower price ends up in the real good brand and out of nowhere, and you get one of those bad batches, and you thinking it's going to be good. I got a good weight maker, and then one day miss, I got a dead fish. Let me get this fish out. You get shot. You're like, never mind. It's just the way the company sometimes try to save money.
Right.
I understand what they're doing, but in my opinion, they shouldn't even go ahead and cut corners.
Exactly.
If you're doing that good and it's not broken, don't try to fix it. Leave it the way it is.
Right.
And the money's still gonna keep coming in, no matter what.
Right. Yeah, I had that happen to me twice in my saltwater aquariums. I could not figure out what it was. I'm like, man, every time I touch the top of the water, top of the tank, a matter of fact, just get a little shock. It's not bad, just a little shock. And I'm like, what is that? I started unplugging everything. As soon as I unplugged that wave maker, it stopped. I was like, man, that's the same thing that happened to me with the other aquarium. So yeah, I'm not gonna say the company, but it was the same company with both wave makers.
Wow.
So I no longer allowed them to sponsor any of my videos. And then I felt bad because I was over here telling everybody it was a good wave maker. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden that's how they get us sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know if you do,
Yeah.
I don't know if you do a lot of sponsors, but that's how they get us. You know what I mean? I just had a company just recently wanted me to sponsor something, and then they checked in with me, and I told them, I was honest with them. I said, I did the video. It was very confusing on how to set the product up. I didn't know what all the different measurements was. And I said I could possibly do the video better, but I said I did a real live unboxing though. You know, it wasn't pre-rehearsed. I didn't already take it out and figure the things out. I was like, this is what somebody else would go through if they open up this box. You know, I said I could put this video out. They never responded. So I don't know. My next email to them is going to be, now that I realize that I got to keep the unit plugged in to read the measurements at all times, I'm just going to tell them, like, I don't really, you know, I don't like to bash companies. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'd rather just, I could probably ship this back to you, or I could put out this honest video. It's up to you. But I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to lie to my viewers and tell people, hey, this is a great product, you know, and you know what I mean? I'm not going to do that, especially if I know from firsthand experience that somebody else might have the same issues. You appreciate
when
that vibes.
Just like I did one of my videos for a company, I gave them the good stuff about it, and the activity part. I put all that in the same video, and they liked about it, but I didn't pursue it, even though I should have. But I just said no. I already did my part.
Yeah.
Just get that negativity out of it and fix that problem, so nobody will have that problem.
Exactly.
And they just kept, and I started seeing more videos from other people doing it, and I'm like, and they want me to keep doing more videos, I'm not going to do it.
Exactly. That's right.
Because
integrity is
their
everything.
name's going to look good, and then my name's going to look bad.
Look bad. Yep. Integrity is everything, you know, and you see it a lot. You know how people say, "Oh, this is great," and then all of a sudden you get in, it's like, "Oh, it's not great," you know. So I don't want to be that kind of person. I gotta stay. If I say something is good, I want to be able to stand on it because I support it and I believe it. But if I don't think it's good, you're gonna get my honest opinion on it. Take it or leave it. You know.
Oh, any more questions, Vibes?
How do you feel about chemical filtration?
Chemical filtration, I don't really like chemical filtration, to be honest with you. I like biological filtration more than anything else. I think that's the most important filtration. You know, I think the mechanical filtration is important to get the larger organics, but the things that we can't see, that's supposed to happen from biological. You know, I'm a very strong believer in making sure that my aquariums is as much of an ecosystem as possible. The live plants, the nice thick media bed. I want to make substrate, because what a lot of people don't understand is that having that substrate in your aquarium is another form of filtration. Yeah, just like that. That's filtration. It's not just aesthetics. It's not just aesthetics. It's not something to let your fish dig around in. That's filtration. Where do you think all of that beneficial bacteria is going to colonize at? Yes, it's on all the surface area inside your tank, but if all you have is the tank and the rock work and your decor, it's a limited amount of surface area for your beneficial bacteria. But when you have that substrate, it's millions, if not billions, of biological media. I mean, not biological media, of your beneficial bacteria that's all inside of that substrate bed. So the thicker it is, the better it is. And that's where people get it wrong at. So I'm a big believer in, like I said, having that biological filtration over chemical filtration. I try my best not to put any chemicals in my aquarium.
But for
Yes,
me,
I have to.
but for me, I just don't like it when it's too much.
Too
That's
much.
just
Too
me.
much what? The substrate.
Yeah, that's just me.
I was there with you. I was there with you until I understood that that's filtration.
But the one that has the more substrate is my Fahaka because he likes to lay in it and he likes to stir that substrate a little bit and like he's hiding, like he's trying to do it, ready to ambush. He likes doing that. But other than that, for my other tanks, like my guppy tank, when I fill it up and all the substrate moves, I'm like, oh, now I gotta fix this. But then I just be leaving it, and I see all the fishes having fun. The plecos, they let you hide in it, and they just like relax in it. And it's gonna get to the point that sooner or later, yes, Garcia's gonna put more substrate, but with time. I don't have nothing against that.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. If you're worried about when you fill up your tank and the substrate moving around, all you got to do is put either a bag right there, put a bowl right there. When you're filling it up, making sure that you're filling up the bowl so the bowl overspill and it's not going to disturb your substrate as much.
Tinkerbell, welcome. That's a new one for me. I know Tinkerbell for a while, but and also look who's here. The good old fishy biz. What up, man? Hey, Biz, here it is, Biz. Go ahead, Biz. If you want to come up, there's the link. There's the link. Adele, welcome. Wow, a lot of people coming in here. Oh, I'm so happy to see people here. And with this gentleman here, Fishy Biz, if you guys haven't subscribed to him, I guess you should. He's been doing a lot of things for the kids, helping out the kids, and any donations that you give him, just to let you know, he'll show you the videos, everything that you get, every donation that you send him, he uses it, shows you what he's getting, and especially that he's teaching the kids in school how to set up the fish tanks, how to do all this, and with the plants and everything. He will show you everything. There's no lie. And also, when it comes to Thanksgiving, he gets those turkeys, helps out the kids, getting the turkeys for those kids and the parents or the family that can't get no turkey. He will donate a turkey to those families because he's using it from the donations. And when it comes to Christmas, also, he gets those Christmas hams and he donates it to everybody, even helping out the kids and the people that can't get they can't get their hams and stuff like that. He's helping out everybody. Guys, it's so much that he does. We got to help him out, and we should help him out. He does a lot for a lot of people. And there's the Cash App. Dollar Bill Busy Fish 45. You cannot.
Come on, y'all. Come on. For the kids. Come on. We can do it. Come on.
And yes, and a lot of people take it the wrong way, but it's called hashtag FTK. And don't take it with the dirty mind that some people are. It's hashtag for the kids.
And that's big.
Another question. How do you feel about not gravel vacuuming?
Oh man. That's a question I've answered a bunch of times on my channel too. So I
I
feel
guess I
like
missed it. I'm
for
sorry.
me, no, it's all good. No, I wasn't saying that because I couldn't answer the question. It's just a good question. Um, if you don't gravel vac, well, let me put it to you like this. It's important to either have some fish that's going to disturb your sand, your substrate, your gravel, whatever the case may be. Because if you don't, I don't know if you know this, but I'm sure somebody don't know this. You get gas pockets under that substrate if it's undisturbed. So you have to get in there and do a sand vac. If you don't have a fish that's going to disturb that substrate, if you don't have a digger, if you don't have a pleco, if you don't have something that's constantly disturbing that substrate, you got to get in there and do a sand vac or gravel vac. Also, if anybody is against it, I challenge them to do it one time. If you do it, you're going to see all of that debris, all that detritus come out of that tube. It's so satisfying and rewarding to see that come out. Because if you don't see that coming out, best believe that's still inside your tank. And that's how you get high nitrate levels. That's how you get sick fish. So, I mean, you don't have to do it all the time, but I believe that you should do it at some period of time. Like I have a 60-gallon right down there with my Giardini. My Giardini obviously don't even touch the rock work in there. It don't touch the substrate, nothing. So I have to get in there and do a sand vac. And when I do the sand vac, I'm running into these gas pockets. And you know it's a gas pocket because if you look at your substrate and it looks perfectly fine, and then all of a sudden you dig through it a little bit and you get this decaying. It looks like a green, black area. Those are the gas pockets that I'm talking about. So you have to get in there and take care of that, because if that releases in your aquarium by itself, without you being the culprit of it and taking it out, that could be hazardous to your fish. So that's why I always tell people, man, it's really about educating yourself. Like, never assume that you know everything and assume that you know nothing. As long as you're assuming that you know nothing, you're going to be eager for education. You're going to be eager to learn something new. And that's why you're going to constantly be able to grow in a hobby. How about you? Do you do your sandbags, gravel back?
For me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you.
Nope.
Yeah, you.
I've done it. Hey, I'll be honest with y'all. I've done it in 4 years. I had no issues at all. But I do. Most of my tanks are cichlids, so they
There you
go and dig.
Diggers. Yes, sir. That's the difference.
I do have plecos, so
Uh-huh.
I mean, yeah.
No, that's enough said. That's exactly what I'm referring to. If you got diggers, sometimes, like I see your tank. It's a beautiful tank. I see those frontosa. I see how the sand is all up against the glass. You didn't do that.
Yeah.
The fish did.
Nope.
The fish did that. So that's exactly what I'm referring to. If you have fish that dig and move the substrate around, you damn near, excuse my fl- you practically don't have to do that. I don't know if that was a cuss word, Bertho. My bad. I didn't mean to say the D word. But you basically are they're doing what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the tanks that don't have those, that don't have anything that disturbs the substrate. Those are the ones that you really got to worry about. And again, I challenge anybody to hear this. Look it up online. Look up the gas pockets in the substrate. It'll tell you online what it is. I think it's anaerobic bacteria. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that you're taking care of that. You know what I mean? I learned that like 10 years ago. I was like, oh man, so I really got to do my sandbags. But meanwhile, like you, I keep all cichlids. So most of my tanks I don't have to, but I still get in there and do it just because for me it's therapeutic. Like, it's so relaxing. It's almost like yoga. It takes a long time to sand back or gravel back an aquarium. The process is so slow. The process is so slow. But again, like I said, if a person's a cigarette smoker, it's just like smoking a cigarette. You take your time, just vacuum all that out, watch it come out. For me, it's such a rewarding feeling, though. But again, that's just like a personal thing for me. Bertho, do you gravel back? Sorry, Bobs, go ahead.
Also, in my tanks, what I got in my tanks, I have it's a lot of plecos. But my Oaxaca, he's by himself.
And he did move everything around.
Yeah, he moves everything. My frontosas.
Move everything.
I got plecos in there also.
Yeah.
And these Oscars, when they want to go ahead and hit the bottom, they'll do it.
Yeah. Yeah, so you got cleaners already. You
Yeah.
got cleaners already.
And
Oh, okay,
every-
Garcia. I'm gonna go.
all right, thank you
Thanks.
for coming
Thanks
up.
for thanks for
And
having me up.
guys, check out Pet Addict Store. Check out his website. Check him out. And like he said, to the end of this month, you better check those deals. You don't want to miss it. Check his website out.
Thanks. I'll see you all later.
All right, brother. You
All
have a
Later.
good one.
Take care,
Take
Bye,
care.
brother.
bro.
Thank you for
And
coming.
and the Fish Corner, it's up to you. I'll be looking at your videos, checking you out.
All right, thank you, bro. I appreciate you, man. Have a good night.
All right. Good night.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
guys.
I gotta jump down too, man.
All right.
I gotta go
All
to
right,
work.
all right, Mike Beasley. You have a good night, man.
Hey, thanks, appreciate it. Hey,
It was
Garcia,
good
check your
talking to
email.
you.
Merch said check your email.
All right.
So,
I will.
Bye,
As
bro.
soon as I'm done with this. And
all right, it's
thank
good
you.
talking to you guys.
All
Good
right.
talking
Take
to you as
care,
well,
buddy.
brother. Have a good night.
Hey, guys.
And then there was 4.
I'm gonna get
Yeah,
ahead and jump in too. Garcia.
What happened?
I said,
I'm
and then
gonna
there was
jump
4.
down too. It's
Oh,
late
and then there was
here.
3.
All righty,
All right,
man.
Master
Thank you
Fish
for
Gal.
coming.
I'm
Thank
gonna
you for
check
your
out your
support, man.
content. I'm gonna check
All
out
right,
your
night,
content, Master Fish
everybody.
Gal. Have a
Good
good
night,
night.
baby.
Bye, Loy.
Bye.
And now there's 3,
3. Yeah.
but not really, because, like I had said earlier, we always got to help out this gentleman. No other, the brother from another mother, the only Fishy Big.
Woo!
What's
What's going on
cracking?
with you, bro?
Man,
Good
what's
with you.
up? What's up? Fish Corner, what's cracking?
Man, not much, man. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I've checked you
That's
out,
good.
man. I think I even slipped you a couple of messages, man, when I was still doing my hotspot. I think Aquafunk told me to check you out a little while back, and I was like, oh, yeah, man, this cat got it going on. All right, I'm with it.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. I mean, I shouted your channel out like a month ago as well. You were definitely one of the channels I shouted out.
Right on. Right
Man,
on.
it's all good. It's all good.
Right on. Yeah, I had to jump on. What up, Garcia?
Hey, always show the support and all the love because for all the stuff that you're doing in your school with all those kids and with the kids at your house.
Man, I appreciate it, man.
Hey, you teaching those kids how to set up things, how to take care of those fish, how to do all that.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
What up, Vibes?
Sorry to say this, but somebody's knocking on my door. Let me open that door. Hold on 1 second. Adele, what's up, man?
Hi, Garcia. Hi, Vibes. Again. Hi, Fish
What's up?
Corner.
Hey, Vibes.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm feeling slightly outnumbered up here now. Little.
A little.
How are we?
Never
On that
outnumbered.
note, I'm gonna be a good boy. I'm gonna stay quiet.
Yeah, that'd be a fair.
It's great to see people coming up and everything. And like I said before, and I say it again, even as though I sound like a damn tape recorder, just make sure you check your list not only once, not twice, but triple check it, quadruple check it, and quadruple including and all that good stuff. Make sure you check your list, making sure you subscribe to everybody that's here on the panel and the people that's in the chat. Just double check it. YouTube, I'm sorry. YouTube, I'm very sorry, but I have to say it. Sometimes you take it away and then you give it back. But guys,
Yeah.
double check, please. Always
You got me.
subscribe.
You got me doubling, tripling, checking right now. I'm checking right
My,
now.
my subs have been
Making
pretty
sure I do.
stable. Like, since I hit 1K, my subs have been pretty stable. So,
Yeah, they definitely will go in and slight you a little bit. You be trying to figure like, man, what's going on?
Tommy, you should absolutely do that and come on up.
Yeah.
What's your
Do it. Come on, Tommy.
I mean, I
What's
don't
your
even
YouTube
wear
channel?
heels, but you're welcome to.
Tommy just gonna keep talking in the chat. He never wants to come up. He never wants to come up on
Yeah.
the channel. He came up once and that was it. He just loves to
Sounds
be on
like he might have some allergies or something he's dealing with at the moment.
So tell me, so since everybody are YouTubers, have y'all figured out the algorithm?
No,
And it's a tricky beast, man.
it is.
It seemed like you got it, and then all of a sudden it done went somewhere else. And I'm going on my 5th year on YouTube. So at first I thought it was like a whole thumbnail thing. Then I thought it was a hashtag thing. Then I thought
Yeah, the hashtags and that.
then I thought it was a keyword. Make sure you put the keyword in thing. And
Right.
I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
you could do all of that, and it still just seemed like you still have a
No,
video
it
that
doesn't
you
work.
just you
Yeah.
just it's like, I'm gonna throw this up here real fast. I don't expect it to do anything, and it go crazy. Then you work your butt off 2 days on a video and trying to make it everything, and it don't do jack. And you're like, man, what's up with this thing?
Oh, the latest
Right.
thing is like shorts.
Right.
So doing short videos is supposed to boost
Yeah.
your numbers and
But you know
and
what? I looked at the shorts because they were talking about, hey, you guys need to do shorts. We want to take over
yeah.
TikTok. We want to take over Instagram. We'll give we'll put you in a whole shorts money pile, and then this, and then you look at your analytics, and the shorts just be like whatever. Like I sit here, I
Right.
was making
Right.
shorts going crazy, and you know what? The kids are
Sorry,
doing
that's
so
funny.
much. My students are doing so much in the classroom now. Like everything's a short. I don't have any time to do long form, so I'm just putting shorts together because I have so many classes. Like it's amazing. Like the teachers and the principals now, they all want tanks and they want the students to take care of them in my class, which is amazing. I went
That
from
is so amazing. Like props to you for getting the ball rolling on all of that. That is like that's
I
no small
appreciate it.
feat.
I appreciate it. I
Um,
mean, you know,
you're so involved in your school and your classroom and your kids' futures and teaching them all of this stuff and
yeah,
helping out their families at Thanksgiving and Christmas. And like,
it's
well done. Well done.
thank you so much. It's funny because I when I got the ecology last year as the course to teach, I was like, what am I gonna do? And like now, like so last year I had like 8 teachers that wanted tanks in their classroom, had several students that took care of those, had several students that take those home. And now I've got 22 teachers, including principals and the counselor's office, that want tanks in their office. And I've got plenty of students that are, that are taking care of them now. But now the kids, now I still got to kind of follow a little bit of standards and curriculum. So I try to knock the workout real fast so we can get to the tanks because that's all they want to do. Miss Clark, can I work on my tank? I want to give it
Yeah.
to Miss Drummer. Can I work on my
Yeah.
tank? I want to give it to Miss Ward. Can I work on my time? I'm like, yeah, but we
You
gotta
gotta you gotta do the not so fun stuff and the paperwork first.
yeah, let's get this paperwork out the way, and then you can drive the car off the lot.
Yeah.
Just one thing.
Incentive.
I'll be right back. I'm not leaving. I'll be right back. I just gotta take care of something real quick. I'll be right
You've
back.
been
So
not leaving
great. Like
the channel.
it's great hearing how enthusiastic they are for it as well. That's that means you're doing something right.
Yeah, for a few students to take the time out of their Saturday to come down to to my aquarium club's fish swap, it almost made me tear up because this is the anniversary of my 2-year-old, my son. He became 2, but my daughter
Oh my
this
gosh.
celebrates her 2nd year in the ground because she passed. So they're
That
twins.
went really fast.
Yeah. So in
Oh
me
my goodness.
feeling my pain and anguish from that, like it's hard to celebrate and also mourn at the same time. It's like crazy, but
Yeah.
at the same time, it was for them kids to show up, and it's just so early in the year for them to just want to come and check that out. It just made me, it did my heart well, and I feel my pain with making others feel joy, and that's how I think that's how I can balance out. I'm a Libra, so I got to have my scales balanced. So
Yeah.
I'm feeling that pain. If those kids, it lights me up just to see that they, the in the Missouri Aquarium, the vendors, they were like, oh my God, you guys are going to be our future fish keepers. Here, take these fish to the classroom, and then you take them home once you know how to set up tanks. And here, take this and take that. I was just like,
Oh,
oh
that's so
man, this is
sweet.
awesome.
Oh,
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm sorry to hear that
that's
about your daughter.
adorable.
Thank you.
Yeah. I can't believe it's been 2 years. That
Yeah,
went so fast.
I'm
say
back
that
here.
again.
I'm still here. I'm backstage.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. It's and for me, I'm not a big crier, but for the wife, when she just breaks down, every now and again, and it just hurts my heart. Like it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah,
So,
but
with the kids that went to the swap meet, did you kind of ask them, what was their favorite thing about going to that swap meet and seeing all the different vendors and, talking to all of these different people in the hobby?
well, they're 16, 17-year-old kids. So they are really just amazed at colorful fish in different colors, and so they're just all walking around looking like, ooh, look at that one, ooh, look at that one, ooh, look at that one, and they just have so much. Now they're on their Amazon. They want to get SpongeBob stuff, and they want to get pink rocks to match pink fish, and I'm like. I'm like, you guys are just beginners because once you guys start getting the look of a tank, you
Hmm.
guys are going to start, switching over.
Yeah.
For now, to pique their interest, go for it. Get the glowfish, do whatever, and just to get their hands in the tanks is fun. I
They
received,
need to do something like this. Get all
yeah,
that nice green living stuff in there.
yeah.
Get rid of the pink rock.
Well, look, now we talk about. It might take a couple years for them to go
Put it back. Put it back. Put it
from
back.
Yeah. What? Let's
Put it
see.
back.
Yeah, come on.
I've got 3 guppies in there at the moment.
So put it back. Look at it.
I
Look at it. Look
finally
at
Looks
it.
put
good.
guppies in, so it's actually got fish in it.
What's that? Is that a 20 long? What is that?
It is it's roughly 34 and a half gallons, so I
Oh,
call it a 30. It's
okay.
the same footprint, I think, so it's 3 feet by, whatever. I've measured it so many times now.
That's nice. It's
I
definitely
think
nice.
it's the same footprint as, oh shoot, a
As a
20 long?
20,
Yeah.
as a
It's more like a 33, I think.
yeah, okay, yeah.
I think. I'm
It's
no good with the gallon. It's 130 liters. That's all. But I've finally got it, like, it's there, everything's good, the parameters are good. pH is around 7.2 to 7.4, everything else is 0. So no nitrate, no nitrate, no ammonia. Got lots of nice green algae growing in there. My plants are bouncing back, as you can see, they're all looking nice and green. So
it's beautiful.
finally, yeah, I'm so excited. I'm getting some beautiful fish from Craig and Belinda to go in here. So I'm
hmm
just trying to make sure that it's well and truly cycled and happy and stable before they do that.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? Last year I didn't do well, I was trying to plant out some live plants in just one tank um and trying to figure it out. And this year, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get some plants donated, and we're gonna start off with planting tanks, like real plants.
Yeah.
Forget the whole. You guys get. I'm not going and taking donated money and going to Petco and buying these cheap highlighted fake plants when you can get some natural low light plants that can grow
Oh,
and look
absolutely.
luxurious. So that's we're starting with live plants this year. So.
Hornwort, Anubias will grow anywhere.
Yeah, I got a bunch of
Good low
horn.
light one.
I got some Tanyanique and Val. I need some Nubius, so I'll like that'll be great. Some
Well, these are all off cut from my main plant in here.
oh
So I've
yeah,
got water wisteria, I've got the hornwort growing in there, I've got Anubius in this tank and one of my other ones.
I'm looking for some red roof floaters. I like to see them. I like for them to have all kinds, like maybe some frog spit, but maybe you know what I'm saying, so that some that they can plant
Yeah,
and
you've
some
got
that they
your
just
different
throw in.
levels.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That looks nice.
Oh, look, I've got plants galore. This one's probably the best grower out of all my tanks. The wisteria just takes it over.
Nice.
And there's so many fry in here right now. It's stupid. So that to me is the sign of a healthy tank, and I don't gravel vac, just for the record.
Yeah, you got a nice
I
little.
don't think I haven't actually gravel vac this tank in probably 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah. Same with this one. I just stir everything up, suck the water out, refill it. Although I do have the Corey in here, so that helps.
I love your setup. I love your setups.
Yeah, that was nice.
I can't wait to have some bigger fish in here.
You got lids on all those smaller ones?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, and I have like a little snail colony as well in a container.
Okay.
I got bladder snails in there.
Oh yeah, you got it going on.
I need to do a little water change on them today. Yeah. So doing very well. Like all my tanks are thriving. I don't vacuum my gravel. Although I think the guppies kind of pick at the gravel anyway and stir it up. I don't know. My Otto's in here somewhere. These guys are doing amazing. I've finally got snakeskin babies. Some handsome looking little guys in there. Yeah. I'm a bit of a green thumb if you can't tell. All the plants are doing really well. Yeah, that's it. So you can take me off full screen now.
It took me a long time to get a double show.
What was that?
It took a while for me to get you to show your tanks.
Yeah.
That was awesome, Adele.
I'm really happy with my tanks. I just wish the 5 gallons were maybe 10s, then I'd be really happy. 10-gallon tanks are really hard to get here.
You said 10 gallons?
Yeah, I've got 5-gallon tanks. I bought them from Kmart.
Wow.
So my 5-gallon tanks come in like a kit where you get like your clown puke gravel, you get a little internal filter and a heater, and like fake plants with it. I ditched all of the fake stuff. I bought natural gravel from another Kmart kind of store that we have here, and I bought plants from an LFS. And I now just propagate my own plants. So I don't actually need to buy any more wisteria or hornwort or anubias, or the dwarf sage. So the Bolivian sword that I've got in the big tank is doing really well now, and it's starting to split off. So I think I'm good for plants for a little while.
Oh wow!
I wouldn't mind doing some Val or something in this 30 gallon. That'd look nice.
Right on, Jeff.
Does anybody, Bez, do you have any questions for our special guest here in Cleveland?
Man,
You can get 5-gallon tanks for about $40 for the kit. So
I just want to give him props. I definitely dig his channel. After Aquafunk put me on, I was like, okay, we got another brother getting it in. Right on.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Yeah. Let us
appreciate
see it.
you, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to once I get my show back popping up the way I want it. Definitely need to have you on and ask you some questions and get into Cleveland himself, the man.
It's all good, man.
hot
It's
spot.
all good. Yeah, I definitely appreciate it.
For sure.
Yeah, it's important, man. It's really important, man. And like she was saying, I really appreciate, man, the fact that you are taking the time to give more kids into the hobby, because You know, like I tell people all the time, like I don't even have any friends that's into the hobby. You know, I don't have friends or family into the hobby. You know, I've been
Right.
trying to get everybody to buy a fish tank though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
since
Yeah.
I really got into it, but it's just, you know, I don't want this hobby to die down. I want it to get bigger. You know, so you
Absolutely.
are certainly doing your part to make sure that happens. And just like you know, I'm trying,
Right.
like I said, I'm trying to encourage more and more people to get into the hobby.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. When I see those kids' faces, whether how silly the questions are or what they think, hey, man, Mr. Clark, if my fish chase each other around, I'm gonna take them out and I'm gonna spank them. And I'm like, yeah, that's not gonna work, bro.
Right.
And,
Right.
but they just they're silly, but at the same time, they want to do good. So check.
Yeah.
I wanted to put this on if I really had my camera, but I was so mad, I almost choked them out. So uh the first lesson in tanking is if you find a tank, whether you get it from off the side of the road or a garage sale or whatever the case may be, you make sure that it doesn't leak. When you rinse out your tank, you wash your tank
Yeah.
with absolutely no chemicals.
Right.
Zero soaps, zero bleaches, things of that nature. It's just good old
Yeah.
fashioned elbow grease and some hot water.
Yep.
All my classes know that, except for this one cat that always likes wearing. He likes to sneak his earbuds in, but he always is in class. He was like, "When I'm gonna do my tank? Because I want to get my points for my tank." I said, "Man, you could just get your 10-gallon and go for it." So he's in the front of the class and he is washing. He's washing. He's washing. Talking about, Mr. Clark, I wash dishes at home, man. I know exactly how I do this. I'm not paying any attention. I'm looking at the rest of the students. And I look up at the rest of the students, and all of them are looking at him in the front of the class at the sink, and their eyes are like.
Oh
So
no.
then I
Oh,
look up from my computer, and I smell soap, and
Oh,
I
no.
look into his tank, and it's nothing but suds. And he was like, I said, what the hell did you do? And the rest of the class was like, ooh. So I said, class, what was the number one rule when when you start cleaning your tank? They was like, no, they had it all in their notebooks. It's in their notebooks. It's what they wrote down, the rules
Mhm.
to cleaning your tank. It was no soap, no chemicals, no nothing.
No,
Hot
nothing.
water and and scrubbing. And
Yep.
he said, I'm gonna rinse it out real good. I'm gonna rinse it out real good. I was like, no, 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 no. I said, even a little
bit
few
late for that.
bubbles. I said, you can rinse off your dishes that you eat off of all the time. That's fine, okay? Because they're going to drip dry out this, that, and the other. Once you fill that tank up and that water is stagnant in that water, it's going to find all those little bubbles that's not rinsed, and it's going to put it all
Yeah.
into your tank.
And
And
there's still going to be a residue somewhere.
I said, I just want to
Mm,
let you know that you failed. And so he was like, no, no. I was like, you're gonna have to purchase me another tank, find me another tank, but I can't use that tank; it's unusable. I was like, you might could put
yeah.
you a snake or a bearded dragon in there, but you're not gonna put no fish in there. Not none of my
Right.
fish anyway. And so he is
Mhm.
determined to rinse this thing clean. He done went to the custodians to see if he could use their hose. Like he was determined that he was gonna get this tank to work, and it just the sheer that stay to itness of him saying that I can clean it, I can make it squeaky clean, I can do this, I'll get it all out, I promise. And it was something else, but he'll never do that again. And
Right.
for me to know that he will never do that again, and he's also going to tell everybody else about his mistake and for them not to
Hmm.
do. And now I have a new word of mouth in the school because if he made that mistake. So it just is it's the little
Well,
thing.
at least something came from it.
Right. Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
he
We'll
felt
Yeah.
like
take
he was
it
Learn
just
from
about
the
trying
it.
to
failures,
heal.
man.
Well,
An example.
you gotta learn somehow. We all learn from our mistakes.
What you say?
We all learn from our mistakes. Like we all started somewhere, I think.
Absolutely,
There's
absolutely. And
some stuff
I
I did when
expect
I had my first tank that I would never do again.
I expect them to make some mistakes, but I really if they're paying attention and they're actually, putting their hands in the tanks and getting it started, it's a beautiful thing. I received my tanks from Dan's Consolidated Fish Farms in Florida. He got me 2 arrowhead puffers, very nice sized puffer fish. The kids haven't seen them close up before. I'm feeding them ghost shrimp and night crawlers. They love seeing that. Then I have the glowfish in a 55. I have some mbunas, and everybody who's had mbunas know that those fish never stop. They're all over the tank. There's some killers sometimes. And then I have the angelfish in with some Danios and some mollies and some platies. And so like a little community tank. And then I have some killifish from Ryan from Wild Fish Tanks down in Florida. He sent me some least killifish, the smallest live bearers in North America, and I have them in there with some ember tetras and 4 crawfish. And so the kids are looking at the ground. Are these crawfish? Can we eat them? The crawfish is big, man. No, why? No, why? What is wrong with you kids? Material food's still bad since I was going to school here. It's still bad, isn't it?
So with the arrowhead puffers, how big do they get?
Right now these are the biggest I've seen because those were my first predator fish that I had when I first started trying to get a predator fish. They are about 6 inches a piece and maybe about 3 inches thick. So they're nice little.
That's decent size, yeah.
Nice little dragon puffer. And
I know he's going to grow a little more, and that's why I got him in a 125.
Yeah, I don't think they get as big as your Paco. Nah, that's a big puffer you got.
And yesterday was his first time me giving him some tilapia, and boy, let me tell you, he just looked at it going down. He didn't even bother grabbing it off of my hand. He just looked at it. He goes, okay, it's going down, it's going down. Then looks at me, like saying thank you, whoop, and he just munched it away. So I threw another piece.
Nice.
He just kept on munching away. I threw like 3 or 4 cubes, and he looked like a pregnant woman. and since I have a diver's helmet in the tank, as soon as he was done, he looked at me and I said thank you, and then he went inside. And the funny thing is that he went inside. After he went in, he turned around and got on the edge, and he was like this.
Food coma.
Staring down like, damn, you're too much. I love that Fajaca. And thank you, Vibes, for telling JD to give it to me.
What?
The Fajaca. But she came
Oh,
from
yeah,
your
yeah,
area.
yeah.
But it came from your area.
JD basically got out of the hobby.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, his job changed. So
I would love to have 2 puffers, but they are they're $100 a piece here.
The Fajaca has more character than the pea puffers. The pea puffers, they don't got that much character.
But they're so cute.
They just look cute.
They
That's
look
all.
crazy. The pea puffers.
Yeah.
I even like my green spotted puffers over those guys.
They googly eyes, something like this, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I've had green spotted, figure 8, orange fugu, saddleback. Those are some decent sized puffers.
I wouldn't mind some figure 8. I
That's
reckon
a
they'd go alright. Yeah.
Yes.
They're kind of in between. They're not too big, not too small.
Yes, the pea puffers you could put in a 10-gallon. That would be all
like
right.
15 of them in a 10-gallon.
Yeah, but they don't get big at all.
and then
And
the FX6 canister on it.
And Lando, do me a favor. I know you want to get your pea puffers. And I recommend this, and all the other YouTubers that have been in the hobby, they always do the same thing. And they will vouch for me. Do your research.
Amen.
Yeah.
And
Always.
and you do your research and you get more information more about the pea puffers, and for you won't come out of nowhere and do something wrong. Always do your research. Any fish that you're gonna get, always do your research.
Yeah.
And sometimes I know Google might not say the right thing, but you can also find more information on other YouTubers that have the pea puffers or whatever kind of fish you're looking for. Always do your research.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the saltwater puffers. I haven't had too many freshwater puffers though.
You need one.
The freshwater, which one would you
Yep, you need
recommend?
a. Well, you will love the Fajaka.
Yeah, I think that get a little too big.
Um,
You need what I need for that, like an 800 gallon
Ah,
long term.
for long term, the next size tank I'm gonna put him when he gets big enough from that 125. I'm gonna put him in a 200. He'll be all right. He ain't gonna get bigger
Really?
than that.
Okay, okay. Any
okay,
And
brand
he's
I'll
though?
probably go for 250, but yeah, 200.
I'll get a 200 and I'll make sure it's at least 24 deep. That way he could have space to turn around and all that.
Okay,
It's with the
okay.
18 with the 18-inch deep. Even though he's doing okay right now for the size he is, but I know sooner or later I'm gonna have to take him out of that 125 and I'm gonna have to put him in a 200 or 225, and he'll be good.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna have to take a look at that.
If I get a saltwater tank, I got to get one big enough. All I've ever wanted was a dog face puffer.
Yeah.
That's the only one
Yeah,
I love. That I would make it my
absolutely.
little water puppy, and it would be my thing. That would be it.
But
Yeah,
but the
I have
really
two dog face.
You said what?
I have two dog face puffers. I got the Stars and Stripes dog face puffer, and then I have the Maps dog face puffer. No, the scribbled dog face puffer.
Dang, right now,
Yeah.
like you right next to him.
No, they in the 125 on the other side.
Dang,
Yeah.
let me see.
Yeah, I'm next
I
to it.
know, but I know
I'm next
what
to it.
really saltwater fish that Bez really
Yeah,
wants.
to the stingray.
Oh, nice.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Yeah, my
like, yeah,
stingray in there.
you got some pretty big tanks. You Tabarak Aquatics, man. You and him could conversate. Y'all got some of the biggest tanks that I've seen kind of like rocking right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to set up something real nice, man. I want to build a 1,000-gallon saltwater. I'm planning on finishing up this 1,600 freshwater, and then I want to turn this
1600.
800. Then I'm going to turn this 800-gallon pond into a 4,000-gallon.
Oh my god,
I got big fish. You know,
that's
I
crazy.
just bought a 16-inch giant red-tailed gourami the other day.
Oh
You know,
my
and I got
Oh,
god.
wow.
my arowana, my silver arowana is 2 foot. I have an 18-inch albino arowana. I got the Dovi in there. You know, I got
Mhm.
the two big buddy copperai in there. So I have big fish, and they need space. You know,
Oh,
my
I
tessellata, and then my tessellata eel gets 5 foot. I bought the yellow edge eel. That thing could get 7.5 foot.
Holy cow.
Hey man,
Yeah.
who do you live
That's
with,
some
man?
big
Is
fish.
it just you and
Man,
the fish?
my girl just told me that it's time for dinner, so I'm about to have to go. But yeah, yeah, you know, my girl, she's a rider, man. I say it all the
Man,
time. She's a rider, man. You know, she started her own YouTube channel. You know, TSC with me. So you know, she
nice.
loves the hobby. She loves the hobby just as much as I do.
It's
You know,
awesome.
Awesome.
she does all my
Wonderful.
recording for me. You know what I mean? She does all the
Can't beat
recording for
that.
me. Nah, man, you can't, man. I'm blessed in that
That's
regard.
awesome.
Yep, 1600
Yeah,
gallon plywood aquarium, man.
yeah. Let me turn the camera around,
That's
man.
crazy.
Thing is 6 foot.
Wow.
So I'm 6 foot.
Hey,
That thing is like,
blow him up,
like man.
Garcia.
Oh, sorry.
Man,
Come
Fish
on,
Corner
Aaron.
trying to swim with his fish, man. He crazy.
So I'm 6 foot.
Whoa!
I'm 6 foot. And
That's
this thing is only
crazy.
taller than me. That thing is
That
only
Wow!
taller than me.
That's one heck of a project.
It is. It is. It's a costly one. That's why it's still looking like that. It's been looking like that for like 2 months.
seriously.
Wow.
But I got to
That's
take care
awesome.
of the fish that I decided to, I committed to buy. You know what I mean? So everything that
Yeah.
I'm trying to build is just to take care of what I have. It's not really so much for new fish. It's
Right.
just I want to
Yeah.
take care of these fish right.
Nice.
And then if I got
Right.
room for some more, of course I probably will have a little bit of room for some more. But I want to make sure that the fish I do have are able to thrive, not just exist. You know what I
That's
mean?
Yeah.
real too. That's
Yeah.
real too.
Yeah.
Instead of just growing and then trying to get pawned, give it to a zoo or something like that.
Yeah,
Like, you need to
man.
keep my fish.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's a video where you got the 225 and you doing the push-ups in it. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
man.
I sealed up that cracked aquarium, man. I sealed up that cracked 225, man, in the other fish room.
Yeah, man. You got some stuff, man. This
Yeah,
is
man. Thank
crazy.
you. Yeah,
Yep.
I'm definitely trying. But look, y'all, my phone about to die, and I gotta eat dinner. So I appreciate all of y'all. It was definitely
Yeah.
a blast, man. I definitely want to connect with all of y'all on another level at another time. So, Fishy Biz, like you said, you were trying to get me on the live. Let's do it, Berto.
right.
This don't have to be the last time we do this. Vibes, I already subscribed to your channel. I'm gonna check you out. And Kat, you didn't tell me what your YouTube channel's called. I want to subscribe to you. I'm talking. What is it called?
Adele.
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 Collaboration of curiosities.
What's your YouTube channel called?
Collaboration of curiosities.
Okay, I'm about to find you right now. And
I'm
gonna subscribe.
like the redneck trailer park of the fish family. I basically just hang out with all the fish fam and we talk about a very, very broad range of subjects. I just
Okay.
happen to own fish.
What's the best way to get at you, Fish Corner, on Instagram or
YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, email, TikTok, however.
all right.
Yep.
Let me
All right, guys.
let
I'm
me
gonna
get
have
your
to jump
email.
in.
Which one you check? Which one you check the most? Because I be having a bunch of handles and I barely check. I be
The
trying to
Fish
figure.
Corner. The Fish Corner 0219 at gmail.com.
All right. The Fish Corner.
Yep.
All right. The Fish Corner.
Everybody.
At Gmail. No, The Fish Corner. What was the numbers?
0219 at gmail.com.
All right. I got you.
Ladies and
It's all
gentlemen.
good. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. And man, the support is definitely real, man. It's important that we keep everybody in this hobby. We keep on recruiting as many more people in this hobby, and let's just keep learning.
Nice to meet you.
Very
Hey,
nice
Cleveland.
to meet you as well. Yes, sir.
Have you heard of Fish Found Link?
What you say, Vibes?
Fishfound.link.
Ah, yes, fishman.link.
Nope.
It's a website.
I'm gonna
It's
check
a
them out.
website, and you can also find everybody there.
All right, I'm on it. I'm gonna check it out.
Scuba Steve. Damn you.
So it's got pretty much everyone's channels links, any links for anyone's channels, and their PayPal, all that sort of information is
I'm
all
on
on
it.
fishfam.link.
Yeah, awesome.
I'm on it.
Yeah.
Okay, it's all good.
It's amazing.
All right,
And
y'all. So
everybody
have a
that's in
good
the
night.
chat
Stay
that was
blessed.
there and everything.
And I'll talk to y'all next time.
All right,
Always
peace.
subscribe
Peace.
and make sure. And guys, it's great having everybody here. And I really appreciate everybody for coming. And without you guys, I couldn't be doing what I'm doing right now. And I really love you guys. And thank you for all the support and all the love. And like I always say, like a tape recorder, make sure you turn on those notification bells, because you never know when Garcia's going to drop a video or a short or when he's going to go live. And my next live is Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. So don't forget, be there and tune in. And Adele, do you have anything to say before we leave?
Well, I just wanted to say thank you for allowing me to pop up and hang out with you guys for a little while. I'm going to have to head off too. I've got an appointment to get to, but as always, it's fun and it's interesting, and I learn so much from each and every one of you. Thank you so much.
Right
You're
on,
welcome. Thank
Adele.
you. Vibes, do you have anything to say?
Yeah. If you're in Morgantown, Pennsylvania, there's a Keystone Clash, the best fish club convention in America. Come on, check it out this coming weekend.
Ooh.
Mr. Clark, do you have anything to say?
I just appreciate all the love, man, all the support and the donations, man, and just trying to go ahead and do what I can do, man, in the time that I'm given, and make sure I can make it bright and keep this hobby going, man. And as always, man, the best stuff is the wet stuff. And the wet stuff is the best stuff. You already know she is.
And one thing I gotta say though, without you guys, there won't be no Garcia Aquatics. And thank you for being part of the Garcia Aquatics family. Until the next time, see you on Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. See ya.
Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.